Very nice, very good. Now, how many of you like psychedelic mushrooms? Let's go find some.
Hello, amigos. This is episode 795, a Weed Nerd World. Cheers to all you guys who are tuned in or will be tuning in the future. Hopefully you're having a good day. Cheers, I see. This chat popped out. Get ready for everybody. Cheers, Marshall. Hopefully you're doing well. Perfect song. Cheers. Don't jingle. These mushrooms all done to my mind, going back in time, floating on my ride. What have these mushrooms all done with my mind? Seeing purple eyes, seeing through a pine. The mushrooms that you really ate, I focus on 8 comfortable ones that don't correlate. Yo, and if I can't tell me to eat them, poison up the brain cells, don't need them. Treat them. There we go. You guys having fucking Zoom. Fuck Zoom. Fucking Zoom. Damn. They did kind of fucking screw things up with the Weed Nerd World link thing. Of course, now there is a passcode. So the passcode is in the description there. It is 420. You guys have pass link. That's what you need. If that does not work for you, if you need the link, please DM me. Otherwise, I will try to keep to sending out new links to everybody. So, with that being said, cheers. Hopefully you guys have had a great day. I've had a pretty good day myself. Kind of started the good old high school 2-a-days at the gym. The running aspects just kind of taking up a little bit of, it's taking up more time of the allotted workout exercise. I usually set it aside for the good stuff, but I think this may be this illusion. Cheers, Red Pill. How are you doing? These mushrooms all done with my mind. They expanded it. Floating on my ride. This is one of my favorite Godmouth songs. What have they done with my mind? I think I smoked a little bit of this purple punch. That was delicious. I tried it last night, last night. Delicious nonetheless. Fly leaf. It's good stuff. I used to drive everybody nuts on the job site rocking this out. Cheers, Mr. Green Fingers. My heart goes out to you, my friend. I know how these wonderful animals can become family, to say the least. Twenty-two seeds. Hell yeah.
Think you'll be happy with that DOA. Seems to look pretty good. Everything I've seen so far for stuff. What are you guys smoking on this evening? How was your day? How have you been? Obviously, it's been a few days since I've checked in last. Right. A little on the fence about things, I guess. Yeah. Trying to figure out the direction I kind of want to take in the YouTube world, if any. Things feel different with it lately. So, neurosis and psychosis. Cheers to you. Getting closer to moving to Michigan. Hell yeah, Red Pill. I was watching a fucking cool thing about Wisconsin last night. I think it was in Madison. Smart studio, all kinds of cool music that come out of Wisconsin in that studio. That shit was pretty cool. You ever been there? Have you ever been to the Smart Studio? Red Pill? Or do you know what I'm talking about? Who we got next? Ooh, K-Flave. I dig it. Confirm. It always, because it says blood to cut, it has to okay me to fucking play the song. Like I'm gonna be offended by the term blood to cut. Let's get some good audio. Oh. Cheers, Ned Deva. I guess I should bring up the show IG just in case somebody is looking for that password or that link. But the passcode is in the description for you past guests. But if you do need a new link, hit me up. Make sure this jump gets it right here. New link. Excuse me while I try to at least hit a few people with this link. It's the paste. Cheers. What are you guys smoking on? I know I've already said that. Cheers, because I love it. Replacement. Cheers. How you doing? Alright, as I look through here real quick, try to. What's this link? There's a couple of these people in this here DMs that need to update their shit. Thanks, Jai, for hanging out this evening. Cool dude from Scotland. Always appreciate learning about cannabis culture around the world. Cheers. Fire up this purple punch. Good tune right here. Catch up on my chat a little bit. Cheers, 420, 420. Much respect. Thank you for continuing to pop in. You know, on a fucking like weird note, it just hit me. Just hit me today. This month is the anniversary of this show. 3 years solid, starting the 4th year on this project. Can you fucking believe that? 3 years of my life into this project. Very proud of what I've done here. People I've been blessed to talk to. Can't believe it. Really can't. Almost sidelined me there for a second. I was like, holy shit, that came around quick. This last year came around quick. Sorry, reading chat. Cheers, Chad Westport. Sticking out my movers. Little ladies are looking good. They're all in different phases. One of my little babies here, ready for a little water. Not bad for a little seedling. What are they? I think they're like 3, maybe 4 weeks old now. Starting to give me a little bunch of little side branches. Still fucking growing under the fucking the little ring. I haven't thrown up the other little light yet. I haven't upgraded the lights yet. My little baby girl. Hopefully I say baby girl. Some of these have already been topped for the 2nd time already. You could believe that. Baby girl. Let's go back here. 8 of them went off. Got a couple. Maybe some will have to. They need to be watered. Girls need to be watered. Thank you guys for continuing to fucking tune in. Oh, J5420, cheers to you. Kind of multitask and resend out this silly fucking link. Chad Westport, I need to send you a new link as well. Good tune right here. Brandon Rust will be here. I think next week. I need to look at the calendar. Big, super huge apology to Johnny Green Thumb 710, who was scheduled to be here last Friday. Man, did we miss out on a good episode there. Hopefully, we'll get to be able to reschedule that soon. Trying to remember all the past guests. You are a past guest and need that link. Yeah, man. There's so many of you guys. Oh shit, I did send the fucking link to the wrong major. Ah! Oh no! I sure did. There's two the majors on Instagram. Beware the fake, I guess. I need to go back and delete that link for that cat looks at it. That's kind of funny. I know, so many people. I'm just literally just spacing off, sending out the link. You know, I thought that too. It could be a good thing. Well, it's Cheaper Man. Cheers, Cheaper Man. Checking out your garden today. Looking good. I checked it out, Cheaper Man. It's looking good. Be too weird there, world angle. But be weird. We checked in today. Hoping there was an early Weed Nerd World tonight. See, this is the dilemma here. The Weed Nerd World's been pretty crickety lately. Makes me wonder if it is intent with the rap to it. You guys smoking, dabbing, smoking a bowl, smoking a joint. How are you smoking this evening? Right next to where this was for. Could literally probably do this all fucking day. Sorry, guys. Jib. I haven't heard of a joint being referred to as a jib in a while. Holy cow. That being old with an old school torch. Tabletop babe, really? Loaded with flour. Why does that surprise me? I don't know. on top chat. Oh, I always wonder how much you really miss between top chat and live chat. 420 here in the background. It's good tune. It's a good tune. I went through a little phase there with fucking these guys. We got a lot of good tunes, yeah, with it. Cheers, Jack Greenstock. I just updated your link. No blunts. Well, that's the thing. Is the blunt necessarily a tobacco wrap? Because a lot of times the big roller that I use, people would consider that large fat joint to be a blunt. Yes, Hillbilly, cheers to you. It's two different devices here. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's the song we're listening to. There, damn it. There goes my chat. See, get my chat back. $37 of you guys watching. That's pretty awesome. Seriously, 37 awesome people watching. Change back. I forgot when I clicked those links, 420, 420. It takes over my chat window. Starts playing that video. Mole Manic Meds. Cheers to you. You've already do fucking redo on your episode there or what, man? The invitation is still there if you would like to try to redo that episode. Ooh, some Jane's Addiction. You guys remember Jane's Addiction? This is one of Jane Addiction's best songs, I think. They had a lot of fucking good tunes. Been Caught Stealing, Mount Man, but I think this one's the best one. Jane's Addiction. Best, super loud in headphones, so you can hear that echoing, the chanting and talking in the background. Such a good good dripping song. Been Caught Stealing, good tune for sure. I told you if I click that, if I click the link, let's see if I can copy it. Date Grower, yeah, that'd be a good show. Ritual, Deep Ritual, yes, that's a good album. Crazy psychedelic hippie chick energy. Girl came in with sugar cube acid and just appeared like a fucking, came and went like a fucking hallucination in a few months. Just a fucking crazy acid somewhere. She disappeared just out of nowhere, just completely. I got you. Let me play this one a little bit there. More on fire. It's probably good thing. Yeah, this right here was definitely an interesting portion of life. Good part of my life. Yeah, he was. A lot of people these guys at this festival. That's one of them. Get much of those little music festivals anymore, man. COVID kind of put a squash to that shit. Ozfest. Man, I went through a couple good Ozfest. I wish I would have attended either Woodstock. I would have done 90, was it 95 Woodstock or the fucking original Woodstock would have been 100 times better. I was doing the original Woodstock. It's a great passion. Damn Goblin. Steely Denver. Sharp on. 420. That song is fucking awesome. Like fucking 10 minutes on it. All right. What you got? Papa Roach. Ooh, that's a good one. Papa Roach was a really good band. I like the M80. I don't know, Papa Roach. Wonder whatever happened to Papa Roach. Anybody? 420, 420. Take my obsession. Thank you for that. 420, 420. I actually do enjoy Papa Roach. It's been a while since I've
What's up, brethren?
How you doing?
Doing fantastic, brother. Fantastic, man. Fucking weather's fantastic, man. It's living with -2 up here, man.
No, have you been getting hit with all these storms up there?
No, man. We've been lucky enough. We're just far enough north of that shit show left us, man. No freezing rain, nothing bad at all, man. Just beautiful shit up here. Got a little cold one night, I think. But beyond that, beautiful weather, man. Almost to the point you can't really trust the ice. Like I haven't checked it, man. But it's just one of those years where it's been like cold, and then warm. You know, it's just like fucking with the ice for sure. Or at least in my head, it's like I can't trust the ice, right? It's like that's one of those summers one of those winters where you need an axe, check the ice everywhere you fucking go, man. Or at least a little chisel. Chisel fuck that shit up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be out on any ice around me, but I knew we were too lucky that we weren't gonna skate through it. We've been getting fucking pounded up here.
Well, yeah, lots of snow.
Oh yeah, I'd say we got a good 20 inches in the last 2 weeks.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh damn, son. Oh, maybe we got like 6 inches of snow up here, man. But me and my brother are still fighting, so he doesn't plow my fucking driveway. And my driveway is like fucking 300 goddamn feet, right? So I've been putting that off much as I can, and thank God the weather's just been cooperating with me, man. Like it'll just get to like 6-8 inches, and then it'll fucking thaw out, where it'll go down to like 4, where it's like I got 4-wheel drive. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna do anything. But the fucking Amazon dudes, they'll just throw our shit at the end of the driveway in bags. So I was like, well, fuck. I'm gonna start saying I didn't get my shit, bitch. You want to be a lazy motherfucker? I'm just gonna, I never got that, man. No. Just show that picture. Show it on my porch. Yeah, you don't got it.
Brought up Amazon because, I unfortunately I keep getting reminded monthly that I still got Prime. And I don't use like any of it, but I do use Amazon occasionally. But what the fuck ever happened to the one reason I would have ever fucking got Prime was the 2-day shipping. Fucking none comes in 2 fucking days anymore. Nothing.
Nah, man. The stuff that's supposed to be here in 2 to 3 days, where the fuck I guarantee, that's the stuff that ends up at the end of the driveway. That's, some driver gets up here and they just toss it out and go to the next house, man. I've seen these fuckers too. They race down these fucking roads, man. It's like they're getting, like they're motivated. Like it seems like the same dude doing the same region, right? Like he'll rent a fucking Purelator, gather up all the shit, and somehow it's still financially feasible that he'll go do all his runs and make money somehow. Like I don't know, like I'm isolated up here, man. Like this is a good 15-minute drive just to get to this motherfucker. So it's a half hour in and out just to get to me. It's like, holy fuck, like that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know how they do it.
Watch some specials on like the whole Amazon thing, how he got to where he's at by like undercutting everybody and then kind of like strong arming it. But the whole delivery thing, man, that them fuckers are like terrified of like losing their job and shit. And the whole reason why he kind of set up the subs the way he did in the first time was to like avoid any liability and shipping. And he had to pay for like workman's comp and all that. I mean, he cut every corner by putting it on the delivery driver, and then fucking practically was shocking them to keep them going.
I'm surprised somehow he didn't figure out to get them into like some kind of tip employment category, like they get paid by tips. So the minimum wage drops down to like $2 an hour for you guys in that industry, Like I'm surprised somehow he didn't figure that out. Like I'm sure he's working on it.
You fucking imagine your little fucking steering wheel all lights up and Basil says you could be doing more. All creepy. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, it's getting a little creepy, I guess. That whole, it sure seems like they're pushing that. We're listening to you, motherfucker. What, you talk about your fucking stove? Well, guess what? Here's some stoves, motherfucker. You know, it's just like,
That's scary.
yeah, it's getting to that point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to like put certain shit, like have clean rooms so that people can have conversations without getting recorded. You know, like this is no no electronics in this room, boys. That's just gonna have to be the rule. It's getting too freaky, man.
There's definitely clubs where you leave your phones at the door, so for sure. But yeah, it's crazy how people are becoming more accepting. There we go, of it. You know what I mean? We know they're listening, and we still talk shit from them. Fucking,
well, I think we have that comfort that we're one in 7 billion. Who cares about me, motherfucker? Well, you say bomb enough, you're going to get into a certain category that you're special, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Don't send this down that road. That's a fact.
Oh, don't worry, we're in the fire category.
That's even in like on the phone or in text, anything. That rule goes for sure.
Maybe that will be the whole scenario that we gotta start doing. Is just start using fucking words just randomly, like, oh yeah, man, it's bomb weather up here. You got that bomb working yet? You know, just fuck with these people, man. Just get in those categories. Everyone's just getting these categories. Twist these fuckers up. Well, you know how people are putting pictures on like Instagram to fuck with the algorithm? Like they're like, oh, here you go. Fucking Instagram a picture. You know, like
that's how tagging. That's when the whole tagging people and shit came about, and fucking that shit's building a file on you. Well, yeah, I think a lot of that phones have developed on us. I honestly believe this too a little bit. Fucking that phones have developed because of us kind of catching on to the whole thing. Okay. Back in the day, we had fucking phones with no fucking camera. And they put a camera one way, and what happened? We all started going, yeah, no, face down. Like, no, face down all the time, motherfucker. No. And what they do? They went, okay, we'll put one on both sides, dude. All right.
Checkmate.
You guys are fucking really getting fucking coy about this. Well, I'll shut this bitch off. I'll turn off I'll take the battery out. No, we'll fix that. Dude.
You can't take the battery out.
There was like a weird transition too after like they got both cameras on both sides of the phone. That's when I was fucking rooting phones back then. I'm jailbreaking iPhones, and they were kind of saying that it was true too, but they were saying it was in the software to fucking keep the camera. If you took and covered both sides of your camera, and it knew if it was in a pocket or not. If you taped both sides, that phone would just shut off and turn back on, shut off and turn back on, trying to fucking clean that shit.
Yeah, my phone, it's the odd time, it'll be like, oh, don't cover the screen or whatever the fuck it says. And meanwhile, it's not even covered. It's just a dark situation or whatever, right? Or you're holding the phone funny. It won't let you unlock, I guess, for that.
Now it's the green dot. Right? You see the green dot on the new ones? That one's saying your phone's being tracked.
Is that what that green little thing that glows once in a while?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's green right now.
Rats.
Right on. Score. Watch me, bitch. Yeah, they want trust and everything, right? But yet, they give us these vaccines and shit, but they cover up the evidence for 75 years. Right? What kind of trust is that?
What'd you think of the Woody Harrelson dialogue on SNL? Did you catch any of that?
No, I missed that. I seen that the news was talking about it, though, and trying to fucking like play him as though some kind of druggie and dismiss him quickly, and was very quick to fire back. Of course, Pfizer owns all these news companies are major supporters of all these news leaders in the news, right? So you can't talk about the boss, right? You just can't badmouth them, right? They're just so infiltrated into everything in the media that you just can't say anything negative about Pfizer or any of these companies.
But then he did kind of like try to outplay it a little bit on the ass end there, like he all like that he took all drugs or whatever. But it was a serious point, you know what I mean? It's a way to kind of get it out there, but yet say you're joking or whatever. But there's if that be true that somebody really did approach him with that kind of movie deal. That's what he said. Somebody approached him with a movie deal where the drug cartel they took over the prescription companies and fucking
Damn,
the
bro.
media, and then everybody had to stay in their house unless they took their drugs, the cartel's drugs. And it just sounded like what happened, to be honest with you.
Yes, dude, yeah.
He said, honestly, I threw the script away. I said, nobody will believe this shit. And then kind of insinuated, you know. Yeah.
didn't the FBI come out with like, you know, strong evidence or these hearsay saying that it came from some lab, you know, like they're actually, you know, finally admitted, you know, like it's actually not a natural virus, this was man-made. And they're playing with it all the time, you know. Like these guys are just fucking twisted individuals, man.
Yeah, there's that island off of what, Manhattan or Rhode Island, something like that, where they on the East Coast where they do fucking like experimental fucking toxic bullshit. I've had actually like outbreaks and shit with fishing weird things washing up on shore and shit around that test area.
Well, I know a lot of shit came like from down the Mississippi or where the fuck happened from that whole Ohio, you know, derailment, fucking shit up down the whole river system. It's like animals are dying and just the cluster fucking shit happening there.
That shit ain't right. And again, that's weird because there was like a truck right around that time on the West Coast that dumped over and was dumping toxic bullshit over there too. It's kind of coincidental, you know. It would be unlike them to do something like that. I mean, fuck it. What I mean, even weirder than that. And again, I've never seen the show, but I've seen a lot of people talking about on some of these talk shows that there was a Netflix show just played out just like this, a train accident in a town of Ohio, and every bit of the show played out in the same fucking town. What are those fucking odds? I mean, come on.
Man, that's fucking twisted. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. On top of that, you know, to allow the company, the one that caused the damage, to be responsible for the cleanup of that site is just a ridiculous loophole that is just ludicrous. That should never have been allowed. You know, like all these little ins and outs for the government, for all these big wig companies that have their ways with the government, like all these regulations should be in set. You know, like I know, like they're talking about how Biden hasn't done shit for it, and meanwhile he did. There was some kind of like, you know, upgrade that everyone was supposed to get, but you know, through them lobbying, they didn't have to get it done, right? They didn't have to upgrade their 1800 technology to like something modern that actually tells them like your brakes are on fire, fool, pull over. You know, these regulations, despite, you know, the cost, should have been implemented. It shouldn't have been a question at all. You know, like it just should have been done. Now the consequences are heavy, and yet they still don't want to regulate the railroad company. They choose not to. You know, you think, oh well, let's get that settled, boys. Let's fix this up right now. Let's get it. That's jumping to the top of the list. Boom. Railroads have to be upgraded now. All your equipment on these railroads have to be upgraded. They have to be monitored. Not only that, we're going to get up the public. We're going to train some public volunteers to go along these tracks. Veterans, whoever the fuck wants to volunteer, will pay you minimum wage to do the jobs of these motherfuckers that want to do that.
But that's the sad thing about it is when Flint, Michigan kind of happened, there was a big, and I can remember before that even, fucking all of our infrastructure is outdated. You know what I mean? Our sewers, our water lines, our bridges. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All
when you
that
really
shit's fucking outdated.
when
We're
you-
just
when you
fucking
look-
cruising over it. Fucking. There was times in Flint where you'd ride through them like triple layers, and you just see they were like rusted. I went through there, fucking what? Last week when I went down to Ohio, I went through fucking I took one of those from 75 to 69, and all that shit was down to one lane. It used to be two lanes. You fucking whatever. Now it's down to like one rickety lane, and you're like, holy shit, is this fucker gonna drop?
Yeah.
They've painted over the rust. They have done no work to it. It's just like, oh man.
Not only that, the work they're doing. Like we recently got like my little road. Like I live in this little town, and then there's a main road that's just like 15 minutes down the fucking road is the highway, right? Like a major highway, right? Going to a major provincial park. And this motherfucking road is worse than my road. Like my road's like pavement. Like it's done up fucking beauty. Like it's smooth, beautiful, great job, boys. Then you get on the main highway there, man, they put on this little thin layer that's wearing through. Like the plows plowed it off. Like the top layer they did, just gone, dude. And they spent like fucking months doing this shit. And of course, once they get it all done, nice and flat, what do they have to do? Culvert. Oh yeah, let's rip the road up here, boys. Culvert out of nowhere. It's like every fucking they did that on my road too, man. Like just 2 minutes down from my house, brand new road, culverts. Yeah, let's rip them up, boys. It's just dumb as fucks because it got that in the budget. How much? Oh, we got 89,000 left in the budget, boys. Well, that culvert. Let's go get that motherfucker. Yep, good job. Let's make sure we use up the budget because if there's anything left in that bitch, they're going to take it back. In every fucking category, they just want to push this bullshit scenario. Like, oh no, we use that all up. We need more money. It's just ludicrous, dude. Ludicrous that these motherfuckers get away with it. Every fucking year. It's almost like anything that happens that's questionable in road departments or bridges. It's just ludicrous the money they spend on this fucking place. Just to have it torn down in years. 5 years from now, they'll just rip it up. Oh, let's get some culverts in, boys. Besides cleaning the culverts from these beaver dams, they'll just rather dig it all up. Oh no, it's fucked, filled, forget it, dig it up, brand new shit. Sure. But meanwhile, if it's up to me and you, it's like, yeah, we're gonna clean this motherfucker. Fuck it. How are we gonna clean it? I have no idea. We're gonna get Frank down there and start pulling sticks. Fuck it.
You pay everybody an auto.
Yeah. Auto guarantee bonus. Oh no, that's $30 a seed, boys. We have motherfuckers lining up to do that shit. Fuck yeah. That's the problem. That's the problem. We got all these auto smokers. We can get this world. We'll get all our shit done in no time, man.
Just get a little pouch at the end of the week. How many seeds are here, sir?
Beyond that, the hills are still snowy and beautiful around here, man. Took my boy fucking sledding today. We have building a little fort off in the woods too. So we're chopping down trees, making this fucking cool fort, zip tying everything together. Just having fun. I never did the zip tie when I was a kid. I used to use rope, I remember, like that classic nylon or that yellow rope. Was that polyester rope? polyurethane, whatever the fuck it is. And that's what I remember using as a kid. The anchor rope. But yeah, it's fun times, man. It's been a while since I built a fort. Having fires and shit like that. It's kind of fun, man. And of course, working on your bushcraft skills. That's what I'm really passing on to my boys, trying to get that installed. Like, oh, anytime you go past a birch bark, oh, grab some fucking, get that in your pocket, you know? You make sure that you always have a source of heat or the ability to make that heat, right? I never made a fire without a lighter, you know? Like, I used a flint before, you know, make the little magnesium spark and whatever, that bullshit, you know, that's basics. You know, that's not even a skill set, but it'd be nice to start a fire with just a stick, you know, and that old school, the rubbing shit. Get her done, you know, like that's my mission this springtime, man. Yeah, get a fire going by just fucking rubbing sticks. Simple goals, but it's gonna be hard work, motherfucker. I imagine the first couple times it's gonna be a little hard. So you know, work on that technique.
I've seen it. You gotta like go out and get like fine shavings and like birch bark. There's all kinds of videos to show you how to do it.
Oh yeah. You pick all the little lint off your socks, make a little, you know, little pile of that, and
pine tar. Once you get it going, if you got some pine tar, very helpful. Pine tar burns good.
Yeah, true enough. Fuck yeah.
Knock it off, boys.
How's your little seedlings doing there, bud? You got that 1,000 watty going yet?
God no, man! I still got them under the ring.
Oh yeah, let's see them, man. Come on.
They're what?
Oh hell yeah! Look at those little fuckers. You can top them up. Look at that.
I'm topping them twice now. I just topped them today.
Fuck yeah! There you go. Not bad grow light at all.
Well, this one is this one's all natural. See, no, like say this is the what. All right, so this one was like a little bit of a run, but has come up all natural. Definitely needs to be watered. Look at how the internodes or the branching here is like barely
nice and even.
Well, it's even, but barely taken up. Okay,
mm-hmm.
Not bad. This is what? This is about what? 4 weeks, something like that. If that. 3, I think more towards 3. This one's been topped. Look at branches on that.
Yeah.
I fucking stripped them down too. I'm like, yep, no, you go.
Oh, you know, you gotta slow them down a bit.
But yeah, slow them down definitely too. And
the strip down,
a good
like
way to control different areas. You know what I mean? You strip this top half down, leave a little bit of leaf and shit down here. This shit will shoot right up. But that little pause this area has, this shit will go in that delay and bush her out a little bit. Or you can do
Yeah, I used to not try to fuck with my seedlings, but eventually you get too many and you're gonna have to thin them out. And a heavy strip usually, makes them branch pretty nice. There you go. Fuck yeah, good color, man.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone wants to know what you feeding them, man.
What am
fucking
I
beet juice? Beet juice?
I haven't barely even been feeding them. They're still in the pro mix that I started them out in. I got put a little bit of coffee grounds in there at one point, a little bit of kombucha.
Oh yeah.
And basically water. They're about due for a good feeding now. What I'll feed them at that point, I don't know. I have to go in the grocery store. It's been a while since I've been in the grocery store. That's it.
I just try to find some good worm castings, man. That's all you need. Good layer. Called done. Or you thinking of up potting and everything?
Well, eventually, they're gonna go the process, man. If they're gonna go outdoors, they're gonna be indoors for a minute. So they'll go the gauntlet. From here, they'll probably go up into a 1 gallon until I can't keep them in a 1 gallon no more. Then hopefully by the time they're ready to go out of that 1 gallon, I can throw them in at least a 3 for a minute outdoors until they get their new homes, or at least, I still got fucking, oh, wait, I don't have the all the smart pots, the fabric parts that I used to have, but I still got all the 10G nursery pots that I had. I still got all that stuff. Cheers, DP.
I bought some of those AC Infinity, I guess they're called non-woven fabric pots. They're just exactly like the wifey just came home today with some new shopping bags, and they're exactly the same fabric as shopping bags, like that weird tea bag material, shall I call it? It's just polyester, but it does have like a weird see-through
weed plastic.
Yeah,
or some
yeah,
shit.
exactly. Yep. They seem all right, good quality. It doesn't seem to be, but they're black, so that's the only bad thing about them. That whole root zone getting too hot in the sun shit. It seems like they like it, at least in the springtime. Summertime, yeah, sure, they don't really care for that hot ass black pot. Usually the grass covers them up if I can manage that. But the other time, man, you just let them cook, and
I've used those bags for indoor grow bags at one point. Kroger food chain had them they were like 6 by almost like 10 rectangular bags. And I thought, these would work. They worked fine. I used them for a run and produced the results that I liked the idea of it because I could like put them together tight, you know what I mean? And when there was come time, I could just spread everything out.
Yeah, I always like the square pots because you could always put them all tight. Where round pots, you always had that little gap in there that I never really liked. Once the square pots came around, I got to admit, I did buy a bunch of square ass pots, so everything was tighter. Even though they were way more money, though, I remember when I bought them when they first came out, it seemed like square pots were at a premium price. even fabric pots were really expensive, but now you go to the store and you're like, wow, $2. Shit, that ain't too bad for a 5-gallon pot. I'll buy that
Everybody,
shit.
well, first time I seen like the square pots being used, it was by Mr. Tight, and he was using old like kitty litter. Remember the kitty litter things that were all square you could buy?
Yep. Yeah.
That's what he was using, stacking them all nice and tight. And a lot of good tips came from Tight, to be honest with you.
Probably that would have been the best buy was 5-gallon buckets. Besides all those pots and shit that I bought. Like, you go through those. Like, I'm sure you went through a variety of pots. I'm sure you went through the smart pots or whatever the fuck, the fabric pots. And, like I said, the various sizes you need. Solos, cheap plastic square ones that only last one season, maybe 2 or 3.
Remember the little grow bags, the little plastic grow bags?
Oh yeah. Just the black and white ones, the panda film. Yeah. I was still thinking of getting some of those, man, because just to compare it to these fucking other bags, just get a evaporation rate going where I can, acceptable. Where it's like I'm guessing those fuckers will just dry out too fast, or they're ideal for flooding scenarios. Where you just flood the tray for 30 seconds, just soak it up, fuckers, boom, to flood the tray. Those are great, but I think the plastic ones will eventually be better for the larger plants, so they don't dry out so fast. Or that's the problem with those fabric pots. It's like the good thing about them is that the roots will go right through and right into the ground. That's the bonus part about those fabric pots. But they're not biodegradable or anything by any means, despite what they say. Even these tea bag ones, or whatever you want to call them, they're supposed to be biodegradable, I think.
Buddy, get out of there. They've been knocking that girl over lately. Fucking I forgot what I was gonna say now. Damn it. Oh, the fiber pots there. Yeah, the fiber pots worked okay. I got even in cocoa by trying to do a little bit of organic shit and still add microbes. I would always end up with like funky looking shit on the outside of the pots that just I'd be like, nah, I gotta fucking wash those pots. And then it was fucking always the biggest pain in the ass. And I tried everything. Washing machines, I bought a $50 fucking washing machine out of fucking uh the
Yard
classified
sale.
ads, big buy ads,
Yeah.
fucking, and it just hooked up a fucking hose to it and fucking would wash them. I did that. I'm trying just putting them in fucking big old tubs of water and fucking vinegar. Vinegar has worked
Hey,
really well.
you think there would be a whole industry of like pot covers to cover up your nasty pot? Is like a little, little thing that goes around it. You could call it a thermal blanket, some kind of weird scheme to it, like, oh, improve your root zone with thermal management with this thermal blanket. Not only does it make your pots look cool, it cools them down. Only $4.95 each, bitch. Come on,
There
help
you
your
go.
autos out.
A fucking plant koozie and shit.
Yeah. There you go. The plant koozie. We call them cozies up here.
There you go. Fucking be able to warm or cool it. You could make her
Oh
like
fuck!
her.
It'll be on
Huh?
Amazon tomorrow. It'll be on
Ooh,
Amazon
babe,
fucking
think
tomorrow.
about it though. Fuck yeah. Think about it, Major. I mean, for like DWC, you know what I mean? For having to really cool the room to kind of keep that, that water, the reservoir water and shit cool, you could just fucking put one of these electric fucking koozies
Dude,
on it and fucking
you're right,
even
man. We
set
need
it
a
at a
giant.
temperature.
Not only that, we need just bigger koozies, man, for sure.
You
Imagine
could
filling all your
heater
pots
fucking
with it.
cool it. You could be all year round and shit. Just what we're talking about. Be good for the winter. Be good for the summer.
Not only that, in the cozy is there's a channel that you can fill up to a certain right to the top. It can hold whatever evaporation point we figure out through our scientists in their test tubes. We'll figure out exactly how much water they need transpire, so that you fill it up every day and it'll last that day, or how many hours we can determine. Like, oh, this is the 96-hour pot right here for your plants. Boom. So you can just fill it in that outer, reservoir, built-in resi, built-in air, cooler, just based on the material of the object. So it's not too fancy. It's just a
Keep
hollow
your root
cozy.
zone optimal temperature.
And with a little hole on the bottom so that it's a reservoir too, man. So you can fill that bitch up. So it's like, yeah. And pluggable. So some kind of like screw so that you can adjust the water or the evaporation rate, shall we say, of that water. Like how much you want, you can adjust it. So that hole is like a valve that's adjustable, so that you can make that reservoir last, whatever, 5 days. So if you got to get away, boom, we got you covered, man. Not only are your plants cool, they are watered. Damn. A little Bluetooth app on that shit. We're done, bud. $1 million idea. Just got to make it and sell it to Hawthorne or whoever the fuck the bigwigs are. Come on. We need one of those sponsor pages. Sponsor us, our startup, man. Plant cozies.
You could even just make it even there. You could put the auto in there. The auto koozie.
There you go. You gotta sell it to them too, man. Yep, perfect. Sell like 10 gallons. No, we gotta make it odd though. So it fits a 10-gallon pot in it. So it has to be a different size.
Why do I feel like it needs to be like knitted or something? It sounds like it goes inside the koozie. It sounds like it should be knitted.
There you go. We'll get the grandmas to fucking work on designs, man. That's part of the whole. Yeah, we can use like the natural like wool fabrics and shit. Yeah, there we go.
I see the funniest crocheted or knitted bathing suit. I fucking on fucking what was it, TikTok. This old gal had and it was like a regular top, and the old gal had her had her leg kicked up, and it had a crocheted cooter on it. Didn't show anything. It was just crocheted. Perfect fucking. Oh, it was hilarious. Hilarious. And she was holding it. She was fucking. Oh, it was funny.
Fuck yeah, grandma.
TikTok is crazy. It's destroying us, but it's crazy.
Oh man, I'm not on that shit. But apparently, all our government officials can't have that anymore. They're scared of China. You know, all these recent stories. Everyone's on China. Hate China. China balloons. China fucking all this shit, man. It's just, I don't know. I'm not like on Team China, but I'm not like against Team China. You know, like we get a lot of shit from them. And TikTok, are you worried about what information they're collecting? I don't know. Apparently, they're collecting shit.
Yeah, the government just said the other day that they had so many days to pull that shit off their phones. Any government equipment. They thought TikTok was spying on them. Even myself, I said that like months ago, because and still fucking like an idiot using it. Every time you open it up, TikTok actually ransacks your phone. Well, not much like every other app does, but it's like it's invasive. It's like how long you're hovering over your finger over shit, backdoor fucking information that Android keeps on you. Your use of other apps. I mean, it's swiping everything every time you open that bitch up. And then it is again kind of owned by a China-based company, which means all the companies have to return their records over to China. So that information is in fact going. It's kind of their way, I guess. It's like,
do you think they're making
it? We're not doing it. Our companies are. We can't help it. They gave us that information. It's policy.
They're making like worldwide fucking credit scores or social credit score, you know, like have you noticed like one day the fucking YouTube was all fucked up, like they had some weird numbers beside videos and stuff, like it was like a weird, like beside the names like a bunch of letters and like a 6 or whatever. I know some mine was an 8. Like it was only fucked up a couple of times. I was kind of wonder if that's my credit score. You know, I got an 8 bonus, you know, like I'm not too sure if that's good or not, but I found that to be funny. I went down if we got it's fucking on, man. I'm telling you, we are in categories for sure. I don't know where the weed nerds sit in that category, but we are definitely in a fucking category.
We probably squirrely little bunch we are.
Goddamn misfits. How's the new job training, bud?
Don't ask.
No, I just did, man. Traveling. You said you went to Ohio. That sounds like a far away fucking travel, man.
Oh, the trip to Ohio was I literally drove back in a fucking the snowstorm warning last week was literally from where I was at to every bit of where I was going, and it was like 10 hours of hell. 10 hours.
Oh fuck, eh? Not even relaxing, or like you're just white knuckling that bitch.
White knuckling that.
Because sometimes up here, like everyone goes so fucking slow that it's almost relaxing. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Everyone's just going slow. Bonus. One of those slow ass days.
No. It was a terrible ride. And it like so Ohio area was supposed to get an ice storm, but they ended up getting like 4 inches of rain by the time I left or drove through. And then as I drove through back up, it changed from the rain to ice to mix to heavy winds to fucking whiteout snow to drifts. Holy shit. It was just like at one point it was all I could do to, and I'm in this like little fucking car. And all I could do was like tail this semi because he was like plowing through what there was nothing, no lanes in the highway. He was making the way.
He's making them.
And then all of a sudden he decides to get off at the rest stop, which by the way, I almost followed him right off the rest stop before I realized, oh shit, he's getting off at the rest stop. Then I left me in the front and I was like, oh, this fucking blows. That's when I found the drifts, to be honest with you. And I'm like, oh, geez, just another 40 miles of this, huh? Cool.
Oh yeah, and you're probably used to a big ass truck, right? So driving those small cars is funny.
I've always drove 4x4s. Oh.
Yeah, driving those small cars is fucking weird for sure, man.
Electric jobber, fucking. I give it credit, it made it, but it was a scary ride.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in one of those scenarios. Definitely avoid that shit.
Yeah. I was not happy when I got back, to say the least. To say the least. Some things may have been said on a phone call on the way back.
Yeah, now you're in a different category, buddy. You were up there. Now you're lower on the totem pole.
Oh no. I said it was bad. There may have been some things said. When I got back, there was a few people. Not just one, there was a few.
Well, there you go, man. Not too bad driving around in a cool car. Fuck yeah, sounds like an easy job.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I got to spend a fucking couple of days in Cleveland there. That was pretty cool. Never been to Cleveland.
Oh fuck. So you gotta stay overnight and shit when you travel, eh? So how far
Yeah.
you cover? You doing carpenter, some woodworking shit, or different shit now? Plumbing?
Different shit. That was just like a random trip. I kind of passed on the corporate job. I couldn't do it.
Did you at least go in for a day just to fuck with them?
No.
You know?
No.
You should have went in, man. That would have been classic. That's what I plan on doing when I get old. Is just getting job after job, like Walmart. Let's go. Let's do it. Acid today. Doing acid. Fuck yeah. Get fired, or just keep going. I hope to just keep going.
Be the fucking
It's like, oh, yeah.
reader they ever had. Grin from ear to ear, like the fucking the Soundgarden video and shit. Kind of smile, just
all those faded people. Man, like those zombies are showing on Instagram now. Like all these people all fucked up, and they're just doing all these weird, funny positions. Incredible, like back arches and shit. Like, oh man, that is faded. I remember sometimes being that faded, but man, not that faded. Yeah.
Social media is crazy these days.
Yeah, I probably spend a bit too much time on that. You know, I get up early and probably spend 3 hours on that bitch, or at least on YouTube, just searching shit for a while. And then, you go do some shit and have some breakfast and do some shit and, yeah, fuck, let me see what's going on with YouTube. And usually there's, Chris's the snack show on. So you can watch Chris eat some food, and a lot of times some shit happens. That's kind of cool, but most of the time whatever. You're probably just wasting your time, and you know you are. But hey, smoke a joint, you know, whatever.
That's the
where
sad thing about it, though, Major, is that's been playing a lot into what may be the future. Is YouTube cannabis anymore is like it's not what it was by any means. By any means. And fuck, the want of doing this, and the if not the weed nerd world, it's getting harder to source good guests and kind of stay ahead of the curve. I've always been adamant of like not trying to repeat. You know what I mean? Keeping it as fresh as I can. And that's getting tougher and tougher to do. That's why the interviews have kind of slowed down a little bit. And the weed nerd world thing has gotten very repetitive. It's been done. You know what I mean? It's been done. And that's kind of disheartening for me because it's kind of, shot my mission in the foot there a little bit. You know what I mean? And so I guess in reality, the last couple of days, I've realized, well, fuck, if, the concern of not doing it every day and fucking is going to be a thing, that definitely opens the door wide open, because that's played a big part of what I've done lately, you know what I mean, to keep the show afloat and guarantee that I could do it night after night. It's just like a fucking garden. You got to keep a spot to do that. You're not running around with a laptop and a fucking camera and a mic and just, hey, I'm fucking here today. I mean, it could be done, but to be able to do it night after night after night, it's just like a garden. You got to set it up. Fuck, this thing that I'm looking at right here, the fucking 4 screens and shit, I'm so spoiled to this, to sit and try to do it off a phone, an interview, I'd be like, man, this sucks. You know what I mean? I've made the nest, and I don't know. So again, if this ain't gonna be, if there ain't a steady garden going right now, there ain't I'm not worried about doing the show every fucking day. Oh, now I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's I encourage you to go down that route for sure. You don't want to do this every night. That's too much stress, too much, like, I don't know about you, but it's a little anxiety to get on this bitch, you don't want to say anything stupid.
I don't know about that. I mean, fuck.
Smoking auto.
Yeah, I don't know.
And yeah, there's about 500 to 700 people who watch these shows, right? That's about the numbers. And then yeah, sure, some people, I don't know if you can believe these numbers, but roughly 500, 400 views is what that's a weed nerd community. You hit them all up, man. And beyond that, because only half of those people want to even talk to you, over this media, like they'd love to talk to you for sure, but not probably, on video on YouTube. Maybe that's what you'll have to do. Some kind of like audio only, motherfucker.
And I always feel guilty when I try to do the audio only and shit. I don't know why. But they are nice. There's been like a couple episodes because I usually tell somebody if they, I'll take an audio only interview, because there's people still in some red areas that don't want to divulge who they are or what they're doing, which I can understand and respect. But when they come on and it ain't that face and it's the background, I'm like, it's only fair that I get to do the background thing too. And I fucking throw it up and equal it out. Them nights are kind of nice. Not knowing you're not in front of the camera. Kind of
see, there you go, man. You feel that pressure too then. even with all your hours on camera, you still feel as though there's some kind of energy suction happening, like there's some kind of
all
effort
right,
needed,
I guess I lie a little bit there because I don't necessarily worry about what I say, but I do still get nervous some nights fucking before some shows. If I take a break, especially like if I take a break, take a week off or something like that, it's like I feel like I've kind of fell out of the rut or something. You know what I mean? I get like nerved up on what am I going to say? What am I going to do? I can get a little bit nervous going through the prelims and shit. Even after doing as many episodes when I'm done, still get that way, I guess.
Maybe this is the human condition, man. It is not meant to be in front of these electronic devices. And there's always going to be a tension there, like it or not.
And then, well, I think that's the other thing too, is the attention. I've never done this for an attention thing. That's why I don't do other shows. I have no fucking interest in publicizing myself. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to fucking copyright my fucking image. I'm not trying to be a spokesman. You know what I mean? I've set out to do this to spotlight other people. As far as making appearances, fucking and trying to promote myself, I could give two shits about that. To get on here and fucking just ramble on, I could give two shits about that.
Go check out my Patreon. You want the latest, best news first? Go to my Patreon. Guess what, Patreon motherfuckers? What we have for you? Some useless fucking news that we're going to tell everyone in about 10 minutes anyway. So it's like this weird, there's definitely some weird shit happening with that whole attention, trying to gather viewership. Like, oh, hit the like button. We need to get in this algorithm and, hit the like button, say subscribe. Remember, this seems to be like that has to be part of your verbiage.
I tell you what, I hate that. I never said that, and I'll never say that. That's the other thing too. Do you know? I've seen Fumi talk about this, and when he kind of and then had his little fed up breakdown. And much respect to Fumi. He's been doing it a long time too. I totally understand his creeps. But he's right though. You fucking put the mic down for a minute and walk away, and you can literally watch your subs go. YouTube's quick to go, man, your views have tanked. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody even looking anymore. And you're like, wow, everybody walked away that quick? Holy shit.
You think they should bring back the fucking dislike button or whatever the fuck it was before? I guess it's still there, but you know how they used to show the numbers? Like, was there some kind of weird, grading system there that was needed? And they got eliminated that?
I think so. Because now it's all one way. People think, or they want people to think it's all
the weed nerds don't like to use that like button, right? They don't like to do the thumbs up. I usually don't do it either for some whatever reason. It just seems like you're participating too much in this whole, we're already counterculture, right? Like we're like, we're on the outskirts, motherfuckers. We don't do that shit. We're fucking outlaws. And we don't do the thumb up thing, we just don't do that. And you asked it for it, I don't know, man. Usually, it just doesn't happen. And it's funny how people ask for the the host of the show. Usually it's some dude's like, oh, hey man, don't forget to hit the thumb ups. Let's get this guy some views and some watchers. It's like, don't you realize like these subscriptions and these numbers, like why is it always only 10%, 3% of the people who actually view the content? Don't you realize like these numbers are just phony? Like it's just made up numbers. It's nothing to chase. You'll be forever chasing these numbers. They go on infinite. They never stop. You'll never be happy. Unless you hit that thumbs up, and then I'm happy. Maybe there's some kind of weird, drug there. That it is possible that the more thumbs up, you do feel better, and so maybe that's why people ask for it. I don't fucking know.
Well, I
There
had
could
the
be some
battle
kind of
with
weird shit there.
the thumbs down there. I went through that weird phase where thumbs downs would kind of like, that'd be like live for 2 seconds and be like thumb down. I'd be like, motherfucker.
Well, you don't like my shirt?
Yeah, damn.
Goddamn smokers.
So they did but in the same aspect, I think it was positive because it kind of made you reflect a little bit. I mean, if that's your thing, if the thumbs up or thumbs down, but I guess people way too heavy in that shit. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely, I guess that's the only input you can really do, right? Because half the people won't say anything.
Right? It does help, though. I mean, logistically, it does help. It drives up for you and the suggestions and shit like that for algorithm. It puts you up further up. And I think at some points it does counterbalance. See, like when you fuck up, YouTube's this weird thing. So like if you're riding high on the wave on the algorithm, it will suggest you. Everybody's getting that notification, but you start fucking around and like playing copywritten music or fucking playing dumb or thumbs down or being reported, then your algorithm starts going, and people now half your people get fucking the notifications. And it's not being suggested in the live bullshit anymore.
your credit score is low, motherfucker. Your social credit score is low. Get some thumbs up, bitch. China's in the house. They want you. They got you right where they want you, man. Digital currency, digital feelings. Oh shit.
But that's what you're right, though. I mean, even like say TikTok, Instagram, all that shit. What is there? There's a like buttons. What do you post it for? Because you want likes.
I don't even know what that's. There's that heart thing, and there's those other emblems. I don't know what the fuck that shit is. Anytime I touch that heart thing or whatever the fuck it is, I just double click and make sure I don't do that heart thing. I don't know what that is. I don't want to be part of it. No hearts for you.
I don't know you like that.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to do the heart thing. This is too heavy, man.
I'm trying to give away that impression.
Yeah, but I've been pretty good with Instagram, man. I've been like only that once a week. Try to fuck with that shit, because that thing will mind fuck you too much.
Thank you for reminding me. I gotta fucking do IG right now because there's another fucking guard, the major, and I think I know I sent that fucker the link.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the other day when I was looking to send you the link, I was like, I typed you in and he came up, and I'm like.
Well, if some guy starts talking,
because there's a few people following him right here. This dude, let's see here, and it ain't you. 2 posts, 64 followers, following 2 people. Automation is Freedom, Worm Dog, Rick Cole, and these are just people. Let's be buds.
Shit, must be a recent one then, eh?
I'll share it. It says this, and I sent, and because it's not, I sent another link like to where we've had a conversation further down my conversation. That's how I knew. I was like, because I wondered when I sent the link, I was like, son of a bitch, I can't tell. And then when I seen it today, I was like, oh motherfucker. Now I got to go back and delete it where that guy is. Hold on, I'll show you right here.
Fucking China.
You want one of those fucking see right there.
Oh shit, eh? Garden of the Major 420 Army. What does it say down there? Followed by. Is that all it says?
Yeah, well, it says them are the people that I have in common with this dude.
Ah.
And now it says I'm following. Motherfucker. Let's fix that.
Well, I'm gonna have to put some complaints about that guy.
Yeah.
Get myself banned.
What the fuck? He's probably the one getting remember the people that say you haven't answered or nothing.
Oh yeah.
He's probably getting all them fucking dudes.
Oh yeah, like, hey, where are my seeds? What are you doing?
This guy's like fucking probably like, what the fuck, man?
Fuck, dude, no doubt. Because half the people who win don't even send me shit. So I was like, yeah, whatever. No biggie. Don't send me your address. That's cool.
That guy is probably getting them.
Fuck him. Oh well, that's cool. But yeah, I'll follow that guy. And all you weed nerds out there too. I'll follow that guy, man.
You guys gotta move it. Move.
I think mine's all like I don't even know what my fucking shit is actually. What is it? The Garden of the Major. All small caps. Or that looked like capitals or some bullshit. I don't even know what the fuck that was.
Let me see here. It's right here. Make sure this is you. Yeah. Make sure this isn't the other account.
No, that's me, man. You know, there's a holy banana. Just popped that shit not so long ago, a month ago. It's doing pretty good. But those guys
That's
I know
the
do
major you should be following. See, yeah, 74 common followers.
There you go.
Go back and delete the link from that fraud. He's probably slinging autos and shit.
Shit. That'd be hilarious. You know, it'd be kind of cool as fucking if Cushmaster came on here, man. Been a while since we've seen the old Cushmaster. Australian motherfucker. He has a bunch of my seeds going.
Right on. Yeah.
It's kind of cool to see him.
Right on. It's been a minute. He kind of disappeared there.
Well, he told me, he gave me a link on Discord. He just said he really got into Discord. So he's just been doing that, I guess. I'm kind of curious about it.
People disappear into Discord.
Yeah, probably. It sounds like there's just a bunch of chats going on. Like you can just jump from, you know, what you want to look at. 4x4s, we'll go in the 4x4 category. Whatever. Pick a whole bunch of different groups.
That's
kind of cool to see,
one.
I guess.
Discord's actually is owned by delete this link. Discord is owned by and I can send you a link to a whole fucking documentary about Discord, how shitty it is. But back from conception, before they even sold it to 10 cent, they were backdooring everybody's information to fucking people and selling it to the highest bidder. They didn't give two shits. They're like, yeah, whatever. And then they actually sold it to 10 Cent, which is a Chinese company, and now it's like full board. They're like all into backdoor and everything. I mean, there's no privacy in Discord right now. In Discord, honestly, in my opinion, and a lot of other people have noticed this too, it's in the name, man. Discord is like,
I have no idea. I haven't been to it. No idea what it's about. But it just sounds like a bunch of chats that you can go in and be on video if you want to be on video or not. And I don't know. Sounds kind of cool. I'll check it out.
Definitely.
I definitely want to go on the auto flower fucking Discord anyways. just to put my name out there. Give them some hope. They're not stuck in the wrath of autos forever. There's a way out.
You guys try to open the portal for the auto growers.
Come on, I'll give you freedom.
Let
We'll
me
let you
show
out.
you the light.
I'll give you the railroad to the fucking promised land. I'll set you free. I will set you free, auto smokers. Freedom. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I'll send you that new address, man. I'm pretty sure if you sent those seeds, I didn't get them. The wifey checked the PO box not so long ago. Once in a while, they just make me fucking change it for whatever reason. It's like, oh, sure. Or whenever your lease comes up, then they give you a new number or whatever. So I'm pretty sure it's got a new number. And apparently they won't, even though your name's on it, they won't, and they have you in the system, they will not put it in your new box, even though your name's on there. Asshole. Even if my name's on it, you won't send it. Put it in my box. They're like, no, if the PO box is wrong, then that's it. No. Like your name doesn't matter. That's why you can send shit to like Mr. Eagle, and then you'll get it. You know, the name doesn't matter. It's just the address I go by, right?
Fucking, I get it. Just like Zoom. Well, Zoom, I can't believe threw the dick move of the passcode to everybody.
Well, I yeah, that's a dick move, though. I guess for sure. I guess you could put it right in your name somehow.
Well, no, there's no. Well, I guess, but yeah, it's an easy one to fucking add to. It's the same number. You just gotta add 420 for the passcode, unless you know the number. Yeah, fucking passcode don't do you no good. But I looked into
I guess
it.
half the weed nerds would check it out. I presume would be 420, right? I guess if I had to guess, it would be 420.
Dude, yeah. They fucking did it to everybody. As of February 27th, every Zoom account had to have a passcode. And I thought, motherfucker. What a cruel joke. Oh, at one point I actually fucking, because I can like make just like I changed the passcode, I can change the meeting code number. And at one point I was like, I told somebody, I'm like, I'm gonna make it my phone number. They were like, don't do that. I'm like, why? Don't do that.
Yeah, don't mix your numbers, man. You know, a lot of people get into the hold of that shit. It's 420, man. I know you usually shut it down at 420. Imagine you gotta go to the slave market tomorrow, make some money. I still got off till I don't know. I don't want to work in April, and even May, I'm trying to. I might push and be like, yeah, I broke my back, man. I can't make it till May 30th. I should be coming in by then.
I don't even know who this is. David, it's somebody's real name.
Oh yeah, bring him on then.
I'm just gonna like put him on, rename him as question mark.
Oh, it might be did we summon the fucking Australian bastard, the cunt himself, Cushmaster? That'd be cool if it was Cushmaster. You're on mute, Eagle. Or I can't hear you. Maybe I'm froze up.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen?
Hey, what's up, Dr. Green Gas? I changed your name because it was showing your real name.
Oh, okay. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Let's see. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. But here we go. What's
Yeah, I
up,
put it
guys?
as question mark because I didn't know if you wanted the real name. I wasn't quite sure who the screen name was. Trying to protect the innocent, doctor. Try to protect the innocent.
Appreciate that. I appreciate it. What's going on there, fellas? What's going on? How are we tonight?
Doing
What's
good.
happening?
I was just
Right?
telling the major I started my 2-a-days. So basically,
Oh,
I'm hitting the gym a little earlier in the day to do the running because the running was starting to take so long. It was cutting away from the other shit. So I decided to
ah,
break it up.
Fuck, how long you running
nice,
for now, Eagle? How long you running?
4 miles, 4+ miles, 4 point on average
nice,
4.17 in the
nice.
40 minutes running, 2 minutes cool down. 44.17 on average. I don't know how much the regulars are gonna dig that shit because it was like today was like the first like day like a bunch of regulars were in there, or maybe just a time slot that I decided to slide in. But it was like
Right.
a bunch of, I'm not saying elderly folks and like whatnot, but I'm like in the middle of them, and they're like on that nice like walk, and I'm in the middle of them just looking at me like,
Are you
who
are
is
you listening to
that?
like
Who is this tattooed fucking
are you like
dude running for the fucking?
probably like the heavy metal music too? And you're
Yeah,
probably like
yeah.
screaming all the time. Yeah, go. Yeah, I can
Uh,
see it. No, man. I used to be in the running, and there's an adrenaline pump that you get when you get in the zone, man. It's awesome to run. It feels wicked.
Mm,
And you know what feels even better is doing it in the woods, like down tight trails. Oh man, that's
nice.
the that's some of the best memories of my life. Is
Mm,
going fast as you can down a trail. I don't know why it's like animalistic shit, man. It's like just primal. It's just
mhm.
wicked. Almost a rush from it, man. Because like all your senses are on point, dude. Like everything's getting like
Right.
visually, your smells, your hearing, just everything just to the max. And there's just an adrenaline built from that environment, just being in the woods. Like, running on the roads is torturous, torture the roads. But you get me in the trails, it's
Oh,
like,
it's
oh, this is
horrible.
this is where it's at.
Horrible on your shins, man.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Oh,
Pound the
I'm
pavement,
a
man.
big
Fuck
guy,
that.
Major. So yeah, I was a big dude. So I was 210 pounds in shape, So
Oh
big
yeah,
cat. Six
fuck yeah.
three, fuck yeah, 6'3", 210 pounds. And, you know, I tore my shins up, all that close for jogging. You remember jogging in battalions, right? Battalion runs. Oh my gosh. The accordion effect, right? And we were the scouts. So we carried the flags, right? So we'd be running with flags, with the battalion flag. We were an infantry battalion. So we had this big flag, and the Colorado wind would be just pulling those ribbons. And there was like 150 ribbons on it, right? Second of the 8th Infantry, one of the oldest Mexican War. They had stuff from the Mexican War. Oh my God, it almost killed you to run around the battalion with that damn thing. Oh, the wind would be blowing and that thing would be rickety, right? Because it was about 8 feet in the air. Oh, oh my gosh. That really pushed you. That really pushed your endurance, man. It was really rough trying to run with that damn thing. We'd have to run it in teams because it was just too hard to carry. You'd have two guys that had to run it. So, anyways, sorry to get off track there.
No, Biggie, what you smoking on, man?
Oh man, I'm smoking. I'm smoking on a strain that I made. It's called Don Juan Kenobi, and it is Don Juan Kenobi. Yeah, it's So Don Magic Juan was a strain that was made with a collaboration of Soulfire and a guy named Masonic. Masonic,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, Masonic out of Compton. Edgar, good
Mhm.
dude. He met him, really great guy. Bought a lot of his stuff. I've crossed a couple now, no, or just this one really. So Don Mega was made by a guy named Soulfire.
Yeah,
And Soulfire,
that has that GMO in it, right?
you got it, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Heavy
yeah.
GMO. It's a GMO. It's his GMO Select. His cultivar, his favorite one out of that. He pulled it out. Yep, and he called it Don Mega, right? So
Mhm.
then on the other side of that was Masonic, so I'm really wasted, man. I've done a couple of these dabs. I made them tonight, guys. Fresh squeeze. Oh my gosh. So anyway, sorry, Masonic. So I'll be too stoned. I'll just get off track. So Masonic is. I'm just wasted. Sorry,
The
papaya.
Wilson. He's a Wilson.
Papaya
Man.
God.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, but actually this was Papaya God. It wasn't Wilson yet. So he got that from Oni. He worked for Oni. Honest work. Edgar worked for Oni. He learned the ropes from Oni, but he was able to take a plant, and Oni said, take anything you want, and so he took the Papaya God and he smacked that against the Don Mega, and they created Don Magic Wand, which was a playoff the old 80s guy, right? Yeah, the GMO was a playoff the old 80s guy from Don Magic Wand. He was like a preacher or something. I don't know. So I took that, and I had that in my 4x4. And let's see what happened then. So then I had an 808 plant, and that was WAP. So that's wedding cake. It's a discontinued by 808, which is a guy out of Hawaii. It's wedding cake. Yep, animal cookies and cherry cupcake. And cherry cupcake is cherry pie back crossed. Super cakey, super terpy, incredible. So I hit that, or that was a male. I had a male. So an oopsie. That was my first project. So it was an oopsie in my 4x4. All of a sudden there's a male. Too late, they're pollinated. Oh shit, I just made 5 strains.
There you go. Perfect.
Right? I loved it, right? Yeah, I looked up at the sky and I said, I guess I know what you want to do with me right now, at least right now. And I've gotten males all the time, and when I wanted them, it's incredible. So out of the best, I've been so lucky, guys. So anyways, so then what I did is I took that and I crossed it to a thing called S7 Stomper. No. I'm talking about Don Juan Kenobi. Yeah. Don Juan Kenobi. So there was I crossed that with a strain called Dark Plasma it's Gemini Genetics out of Oregon. So
Dark Plasma, that sounds like a ocean grown fucking.
Yes, it was. It was a remake of the ocean grown.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And it's a forum cut cookies crossed with Obi-Wan OG. Badass. And I'll tell you what, I made this, I squished this tonight, guys, and I put it in my banger, and about an hour ago, and I hit this thing, and it was lemon meringue pie, guys.
Damn.
And I went, yeah, Major. I'm like, son of a gun. I had never had that cookies come through. You know what I mean? How people are like, oh, it's a cookie strain. And you're like, yeah, it's really good. Gets you high, tastes great. But I've never had that that cookie crust. This was like biting into my mom's lemon meringue pie. The dab was, and it just came with some menthol on the back end.
Can I ask your growing technique?
Absolutely.
You're a salt man.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm a hybrid guy. So what I actually have is living soil that I've been making and using for 3 years now. It's I started out. It's mostly my own, but I did use Big Roots by Pat King. Although I can't comment beyond that regarding the person, but that's enough. Just like, if you know the history of TGA and what happened to money that was supposed to go to fire victims, I can't say anymore. But I can't not say that regarding him, because there's some concern. I don't know if anything was true, but I'm just saying I do not align with Pat King. Okay, but I sold soil for the guy. And I ended up with, that's how I ended up with the soil. That's the story, and that's the truth. The guy, there was no ill will with him. It's just that I had heard some things after the fact. It's concerning. But the soil was good, and I mixed that with peat and some other things, and I kept adding amendments, right? Well, then I also have been recycling them in 30-gallon, what do you call it when you custodial. You know, the custodians in the school have those brute big rubber cans, right? They used to be Rubbermaid, but now they're called brutes, and they roll on those rollers. Yeah. I have 2 of those, and
Can I ask you, are they
rotate
white?
my soil in there. No, this one's gray, and one's black. One's black like you get at Walmart. It's the black Rubbermaid trash can. Those work too.
Just heads
So be
up, for
careful.
some reason, Brute, the white garbage cans,
Yeah.
they're food grade apparently. For
Yes,
some
they
reason.
are.
Yeah,
Yes, they
don't
are.
ask me why. They only make them white.
I know.
So if you
but
if you get your hands on one of those, if you see one, snag
you
it
better
up.
grab it. That's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah, I know. I'm still getting oxidation off the rubber, but what do you do? I mean, you got to do something. So anyway, I because I grow indoors, right? So I got this Brute, and it's on rollers, and I've been rotating my soil between these 2 cans, right? They're 2 30 gallons. It's a lot of pain in the ass for an indoor grow, and I'll tell you that it's hard to control your IPM. You got to be on top of it. That's no matter what. Now, what I also use is a thing called made by Hydroponic Research. All right, and I use these 3 amendments every day now. Well, it depends on if you're in veg or bloom, but in veg, I use the same thing for veg and bloom as a base. It's called Veg and Bloom Dirty by Hydroponic Research. Fantastic, fantastic stuff.
Dirty.
Yeah,
get them dirty.
Get them dirty.
Sounds like a good brand.
Oh, it is. No, yeah, it's fantastic. It's researched. It's really researched. It's not just they're not just bro science, their way through it.
What's the numbers on that bitch?
Okay, yeah, the numbers on this
555.
Let me see. I'll tell you. One sec here. 8-5-13.
Ooh, I like it.
And yeah, it's total nitrogen 8% available, and that has 7% nitrate, and then 1% ammoniacal nitrogen, and then available phosphates 5%, soluble potash, which is a good call, 13%, very important for the plant. Calcium 7%. Also, all these things are critical.
Fuck!
Right?
That's cranked up on the calcium. That's cool. At least they give you calcium.
Exactly. Magnesium. That's why you have one. It's a one-stop drop. It's just one thing.
Go.
I love it. It's all the way through from when they're tiny all the way through to fucking bloom, bro. All the way to the end.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. All I do
people,
is I use a simple 444. It's like Gaia Green.
That's a great product.
That's a
fantastic product. Yeah, I also mix in a 555 from what was it? What are these guys? They have the Scarecrow. Pat King uses them. Great product. Hang on, it's called shoot. 1 second, I gotta go over and get it. I mix that into my 30-gallon tubs or into my 30-gallon trash cans, right? And I just keep dumping it in there. And let me see, it's every once in a while. I need to do it again soon. After I dump my pots out, right? I recycle my pots into my 30-gallon, but it's to Green Trees, right? NorCal Nutrients.
Oh yeah, yep.
555. Yes,
Mendo
great
Dope uses
product.
that stuff.
Yes, they do. Great product. Fantastic product. Pat got it right on that. But Pat helped those guys develop this. To be honest, to Pat's credit. Pat's not a dumb guy. He just, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to comment. I don't know enough. So I don't want to spread rumors. I don't know. But
fuck it, spread them, man. We need something to talk
here's
about.
the story. Here's the story. No, here's the story. Let me finish with this. Sorry, and then I'll tell you the story after that. I promise. All right. So there's so then they've also got sulfur in it, 4.5%, magnesium 2.5%, and that's water soluble magnesium. That's good. That's important. Boron, because otherwise it's not available to the plant, right? Bioavailable. It's not. If it's not water soluble, that's what people don't know, and I can explain that in a minute. People don't know what I mean. 4.5% combined sulfur, which means it's water soluble and it's also not, right. So it stays in the soil because you want it to have more of a half-life. Sulfur is really important, especially in bloom, right? So boron
helps
you want
to
build up. Absolutely, sir. That's right. You want to build it up because sulfur gets eaten real easy. So that's why you want it to have the combined. Then there's boron, 0.02%, iron, 0.1%, chelated iron, and magnesium chelated, so it's bioavailable by the charge real easy. And then manganese, chelated manganese, same reason, molybdenum. And all these are from nitrates, not nitrites. And sulfates. Nitrates, not nitrite. Right. Yeah, because nitrates are bad for the soil and us and plant life and other biology, right? So, but monopotassium phosphate, right? So this stuff is all it's a real clean product. Very clean product.
Let's get back to that. I thought
dirty.
It was like the nitrate versus nitrite. The nitrite is the right one, I thought. Apparently that's opposite.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
It don't matter, but
that's okay. No, that's all right. Right? That's right. So this is exactly. So this thing cost me like $12 for this little. What is this thing? And how big is this? It's a 1 pound bottle of powder, right? So it's powder mix, and you mix it right in the water, and you add 4 to 6 grams of veg and bloom per gallon, and then you mix it thoroughly, and then you get your ppm where you want it, right? I push it when it's in bloom. I'm pushing it to about 1,700, all the way up until I chop them, because I don't the bro science. The science is conclusive that flushing is a joke. I mean, it's like trying to say I'm going to take a pregnant woman and I'm going to starve her in the last week for the pregnancy and think it's going to help the baby and not stress the mother and complicate the pregnancy. Why would you do that? Why would you take a woman all the way up and then starve her in 2 weeks? That'd be how cruel, how stupid. Why would you do it? Right? And it's not going to change anything in the cellular tissue of the baby, the damage or the positive or whatever, right? The growth's been done. Is that making sense? Like in a cellular sense? Anyways, the plant's the same way. You're not going to flush anything out of the tissue of the plant. It's already there.
Well,
you know what I mean?
If anything, you're going to get like whatever was in the tissues from your accumulation of heavy metals is going to get pushed into the buds.
Yes, and make it worse.
Probably, if anything.
Probably, yeah. You're going to taste it worse. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Though biologically, you can't like push chemicals out of the cells because it's like flushing it with water. All it's going to do is drink it. It's going to drink the water and expire out of the leaves. It's not going to. You know what I'm saying?
You think any of those get like translocated with the elements though, or they're just too heavy and they just stay in the roots? Or
they're embedded.
Go
the heavy metals are embedded in the buds, guys. You're not getting rid of that. Think about it. You're talking 2 months of growth. You're not gonna. How many layers you think epidermis? The water is gonna push out in 2 weeks. It's not. It's crazy. It's like saying it's the same mentality. If you think about it, like I'm going to feed my plant sugar because it loves sugar. No, it doesn't. The biology likes the sugar because it slows down the multiplication of, believe it or not, if you put too much cane sugar water or you put too much molasses in the water, it'll actually have the reverse effect on the biology. Because what cane sugar does in KNF, right, is it keeps the population down. It keeps them from breeding because they think that they have enough food. If they think they don't have enough food, they start to multiply and they'll explode out of your bottle. So the same thing applies to plants. If you overfeed it with molasses, you're actually going to kill or stop the population of biology from exploding, what you want in your rhizosphere, in your soil. You follow what I'm saying? When you add biology,
there definitely will be an imbalance caused by that rapid sugar source of food.
Exactly.
One population
it's just like
of the
eating carbs.
Probably overtake.
Yes,
there won't
yes,
be a balance there. It'll fuck shit up.
Actually, it'll fuck shit up because the pathogens are actually going to overtake the good biology that you're putting in it.
There you go. I remember adding too much sugar once, and I swear to God, it was molasses that had changed the flavor of the bud. Like it somehow influenced the weed.
It does. It influences the biology, and so it is no. It's a good thing to do. Actually, the second thing I add has the molasses in it, but you want to have it in a measured amount. That's all I'm getting at here, Major. Right?
Yeah.
So
I think
what I'm saying,
back then I was one of those moron people. It's like, hey, sugar's good. Okay, here's a
you got
kilogram.
it. Exactly.
That,
Yeah, a little bit's good, more is better, especially when you're stoned, right? Hell yeah, So I'll get to this one here in a second. Yeah, this. Okay, yeah, right now, Soul. It's called SOUL. It's the name of the product, Pounds, LBS, by Aurora. This is just like a best kept secret. This stuff's cheap, by the way. It's cheap to run. Aurora Industries is it's cheapest by weight you'll find. My best friend, shout out to the Stank McDank, and he knows his shit. I have two mentors in this thing right now: the Stank McDank and a guy named OS Willie, old school Willie. Both amazing guys, all old school stuff, guys. Nothing pre 2005 for one of the guys. He doesn't grow anything anything older than that. He doesn't do cookies. Yeah, he's beautiful. Cool. Yeah, he can get anything you want, anything you can imagine that's ever been grown, he can find it. But anyway, 0.5 40-30. This is just for bloom, guys. So this you put on top of that base and really jack your shit up. You want to jack it up to like 2,000. Okay. Damn. Okay. So what I'm saying is now depending on the plant, right? But let me tell you what this is. Now, this is only in the last few weeks of flower, but you can add it all the way through bloom. But you just add a little bit, right? Because here's what it has in it. It's a little boost of it's 0.5 nitrogen, but it's really the phosphate and the potash. It just explodes. It's 40%, 30%. Phosphate, 40%, potash, 30%. The sulfur is 1.5%. Copper 0.1 and 0.5. Here's the important point to note, though. Sorry, potassium nitrate again, monopotassium phosphate with an A, potassium. There's your answer to your question then. Sulfate, copper sulfate, and zinc sulfate, all with A's. Right. So they also have sucrose, the microbe nutrient, which is from the what is it? Comes in a bottle. I'm so stoned I can't remember. You were just talking about molasses. Yeah, it has molasses in it, guys. Okay, so what I was going to say is what's really important if you're driving up numbers like that, right, for your ppm, like I'm talking about, Major, right, like 2,000, right, Eagle, right. You want to make sure your lights, you got that your lights are pushing your plants enough. Okay, because otherwise you have an imbalance again, right? Because if you're overfeeding them and your lights aren't hot enough, if the temperature isn't warm enough and your lights aren't putting out enough ppfd, right, which is photons per unit, so they're just throwing a lot of photons. You want to make sure you have really excellent light and you're driving the plants to burn, to eat, right, to eat the light, which then makes them metabolize the sugars and exchange the sugars for the exudates from the microbes that attach to the roots and bring all the minerals from the biosphere, right? That's their role. The fungi, the mycorrhizal fungi, or the mycorrhizae, and they become mycorrhizae when they attach to the root and they exchange it for the sugars, right? So the microbe takes the sugars, it gives up the chemical, whatever it is, to the roots, and off the plant goes and metabolizes it and uses it. And that's just the 15 mobile ones, right? There's 2 that are immobile. Calcium,
if you don't feed the plant,
something else. Yep.
If you don't feed the plant, it will harvest the microbes. It will farm the microbes it needs.
There you go.
Through that rhizophagy cycle, right?
Yes,
but as soon as you start feeding it, it'll eliminate doing that cycle. The plant is so fucking lazy. Correct. It'll try to save energy if it does. It'll just you're feeding me. Well, fuck, trying to farm. I'm just gonna eat this shit you're feeding me. Thank you.
That's right. That's why it can keep
And
eating,
yes,
and
it's a
it'll
it's
get
a
voracious appetite.
oh,
It'll get
it's
big.
a hyper accumulator. It will absorb a lot of nutrients. It will fucking feed it, man,
It'll
if you want.
jam. It'll
But
get fat. Yes. You're hip.
I
You know
usually
what's
like,
going on.
whatever
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they tell you to do, I usually just cut it in half. So if they say use 3 grams, I'd go
Mhm.
1.5 grams, and I'd be happy with whatever
Right.
that ppms is. But like you said,
Right.
if you're pushing with the lights, you're gonna have to push it with the nutrients. But if
Yeah.
you're
Otherwise,
doing
they're going to
that,
burn the plants. That's why
I'm
the
gonna have
plants
to ask
burn.
you: do you do the
Mhm.
CO2? Are you the CO2 dude?
I don't, because I'll tell you why. Because I have enough being drawn, and I have an oversized fan in my inline fan that I pull. So I have a 6-inch fan that's about a foot away from my front. It's outside of my tent, and that pulls from my 5x5 and my 4x2 in a 8x9 room. They're packed together. My tents, I have to open one tent to get in the other one. Okay. They're like 3 inches from each other. They're 2 AC Infinities.
Classic.
One 5x5, yeah, one 5x5 and one 2x4. And in the other space, I literally have 2 shelves that are 12-inch. The standard shelves you get at like an Ace Hardware. The shelves in the rack right on the wall. Just classic, right? Like shop shelves. And I have shop light, and I veg stuff there, and I also have a grow light on the top. So I can be vegging 10 plants. I can be vegging a whole other run and running clones down below, right? For my 4x4 or my 2x4, right? And then before they go into flower in the 5x5. But I tell you what, I'm learning though that, perpetual growing is not the way to grow for your own medicine, even because you don't get enough weed and you're constantly chasing the weed. You know what I'm saying, Major? You want to put some weight down, you got to have.
Well, not only that,
canopy
if you
stuff,
ever
and you
get
gotta have,
if you
right?
ever get in a bug problem,
There you go.
you're almost fucked, right? You're like, oh,
Exactly.
you're always in the stage of flowering where you can't treat the
Right.
plant, but you have to treat the plant.
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly. You don't want to spray it because you're going to fuck up your flower, but
But
Yeah,
somehow
I
you
hear you.
fucked up to even allow that situation to happen. So you're like,
Right.
oh, where did you fuck up? Like
exactly.
you
and
you
can't-
brought in that clone, didn't you? You brought in that
That's
clone from
right.
Buddy, and you
That's
fucked
right.
up.
From Buddy. You done fucked up, boy.
Yeah.
You brought that motherfucking clone
I'm
in,
done with
dude.
clones, man. I'm
Dude,
done
I
with
don't
clones,
fuck with
motherfuckers.
clones.
Don't tell me.
Oh
Answer
man,
is
I
no.
don't. I don't
I
buy
don't
them
want them.
unless I know. And the only way I get take clones is 2 things. One, it's got to be something exceptional. Like it's got to be something I cannot get in a seed. I mean, I got to really want it. I mean,
that's true.
Really,
That's true.
you
There's some
know,
exceptional
for me,
weed for sure. Absolutely.
For me, because I clone my own plants, so I don't. It's not that I don't know how, and it's hard for me. Some people, that's why they do it, right? They take the, you know what I mean? They take the rooted clones and the whatever and rock wool, and then they plant them in their cocoa because they don't want to. They're not good at it. And
there is
that's fine, but whatever,
There is definitely some elite cultivars, but there's so many fuckboys out there that'll be like, oh, I got that. No, well, they'll be like, oh, I got that apple fritter. Oh, here you go. And some other dude's like, I got apple fritter too. Here you go. Meanwhile,
here's my flashy
only one of them's
Mylar.
real, or both of them are fake.
Exactly.
I was like, shit.
Look at my cool logo, and I talk shit on Instagram, and look at my cool name. And I don't test any of my strains, and I'll name it after. I'll be like really cool in Pacific. I'm not talking about anybody using specifically, am I? Mr.
A couple fucker boys out there.
Couple fuck boys in there, man. Yeah, fuck that shit. All I can say is this, and I don't mean no hate, Major. Here's what I found out about genetics. They absolutely fucking matter. And the really sad thing is the genetics that you and I need to get to the people it's dying faster than it's being preserved. So what I'm saying is the old school strains, these guys are dying off. These people are dying off. And yes, they're still out there. But the problem is we have such a game, this racket they're playing, right, with genetics. And I'm not going to blame IG, but that's where you see it show up the most, right? Is on IG. It's these guys are just slamming genetics. They're It's like a fuck show. Oh yeah, hit that. We'll hit that male. I'm gonna go buy this, elite clone, right? And I'm just gonna slap it against every fucking male in my tent. And I got 15, right? And I got 15 cross poly hybrids that I've crossed 14 fucking times here. And I've got names on it. Now I've got a name, and they like my packaging. So I'm not even gonna test it. I'm just gonna crank these beans out.
Well,
I'm
even
gonna
if they
hype
do,
them.
if they do what they're supposed to do and what they tell you that they do, is they
Right.
get the testers and they grow them out.
If they do it, if they do
well,
that,
if they do,
select.
why don't you ever fucking show me the pictures? Like, you give me all these names, but there's
and
never
why
a
don't you
picture.
Right.
It's
and
like,
why don't you fucking give me some bud with what here? This is what the bud tastes like. Why don't you see if you want the seeds?
Well, that's the future. The future will be like that, hopefully.
Yeah, that's what they used to do.
But even
That's what
now,
they do.
I would be happy with just
with
a
pictures.
description of dominant terps.
Yeah.
And some pictures of the shit. Even if it's seeded, just show me the shit. Be like, here it is.
Right.
It looks like this. See the
and
formation, the structure? Don't mind the
and,
seeds or whatever
so,
it is. Just show me a picture. I don't
there you
care if
go,
it's burnt.
Major.
I don't care if it looks like shit. Just show me the structure. Show me the
Now,
buds.
let me ask
Come on
you
now.
this.
Like,
Absolutely.
the problem is they want it to be
agree.
Instagram. They want it to be Instagram.
Yes, they do.
pictures.
They want it right now because they got to flip beans because their partner down the road is throwing F1s. But let me ask you this. You go to all that time and all the fuckery, right? To create a strain, right? To create the name, to make the logo, all the bullshit that you have to do to promote yourself, right, Major? You do all that, right? But you don't take pictures. And then you also, this is crazy to me, and you took it all the way to an F1, which is like, that's like
The least work.
That's like putting your cock in a woman or whatever. You put your cock in and you're almost ready to nut and you go, nope, I'll pull out and be done. Like, why wouldn't you take it to an F2 where it opens up all the genetics and now you've got everything you could want in that strain and then some? You have 30 cultivars out of 100, right? Like, why different ones? Why wouldn't you do that? Right. So that's what.
We're using we're using terms like F1 and F2s when that only involves true breeding plants. We're not even dealing with that. We're dealing with polyhybrids. We can't even call them F1s. They're just fucking bastard seeds, right? It's like just a clusterfuck that hopefully the dominant genes are going to dominate. So yeah, you're going to get mostly papaya terps. Right on. Thank you. That's
exactly.
Cool.
It is.
But
right.
let's not.
Really, let's not fuck around.
That we're
here.
putting a lot of work into these, and that the seeds are worth $20 each. No, man. Like, seeds are worth $1, maybe $3 a piece.
Yes. Now let me before I forget. Absolutely, Major. Right on, dead target. Let me tell you
about the Don Juan.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be right back to that. But 1 second, let me tell you what else I use. Critical. The last piece is this Plus Life. I'm telling you, this is from hydroponic research. Even if you don't buy the base, which I don't know why you wouldn't, it's one thing you use. You can use just this. You can go use just this from before seedling, from seed all the way through harvest to the end. One product. Tell me where you can find that. I don't know. This is the only one I ever found that's this good. Plus, now there's one other thing. Plus Life. This is all the biology. Okay, this has the microbiology. This shit blows away. Like, this makes like the rhizosphere organisms in here and the mycorrhizae fungi, the number of them, and the concentrations, and you use we're talking you use a 1/16 of a teaspoon in your 5-gallon pail. And I swear to God, you leave that overnight, Major, and that thing will have a film on the top in the morning. You don't need to bubble shit. It's like, let's go, people. And that's right. And that's the best time to water plants in the morning, because that's when they are most dry and when they're hollow and they're ready to feed, just before they start, the lights come on, and then they'll metabolize. They'll need the water to metabolize and move those chemicals, boys. But where were we? We were talking about Don Juan, but we were gonna talk about. I mentioned something about why it's important we're talking about F2, but there was something else I was going to touch on. I can't remember you were asking about, or we were going to say something. Oh yeah, the story. Okay. Okay.
Oh, Pat King and the Soil King. You going back to that?
Yeah. I'll go back into that story for a minute, just because I want to tell you what I heard.
It spicy. Spice it up
It
a
might
bit.
get spicy.
Yeah.
It might get spicy, and I want to just be
Yeah,
fair
just do
to
it.
Pat. I want to be fair to Pat because I don't know if this is
If
true
this
or
is
not.
just hearsay. This is just hearsay.
This is
Yep,
hearsay.
Yep.
Hearsay.
Let's
But
spit it.
what I heard was, and it was very distressing because I just want to say this. Shout out to Subcool. The guy was one of my heroes, still is. I don't want to splash any negativity on TGA Genetics. I think it's a quality product. It always has been. God bless Jill. Jill still leading the charge. I've grown her stuff. I've crossed it. There's no hate for anybody here, not Pat or anybody. It's no hatred. All I know is that there was some question about. So Subcool, as you guys probably know, TGA sadly, after he and Jill had broken up, he had started over, right, in Oregon, in his own place where he was growing in the pool. If you guys remember that, he's got a ton of videos. He's growing in the pool. Remember that? He's got plants everywhere. He's got this guy helping him. Yep. He's got like 30 videos from there. And it was he was most productive. He made killer strains. I love his work. Okay. I'm just saying that. Well, they had wildfires, right? And the wildfires, which they have every year, they were especially bad that year in 2019. And the wildfires took out most of they took him completely out. I guess a massive loss, hundreds of thousands of dollars in seeds, cash, plants, crop, whatever, the whole thing.
I think he grabbed his hash. I think the only thing he grabbed was his hash or something. I thought
he grabbed like his hash and dashed out, and they left and they had to evacuate, and they did a fundraiser. Now I can't verify any of this, but this is what I heard recently, and it's rather distressing. There was a group of people. Now again, this is hearsay, and I don't know the details, but there was allegedly a group of people that got a significant amount of money to give to the burn victims, the people that lost everything in the fires. They're supposed to give it to the community somehow. And the rumor it was, and what's really distressing is that it wasn't, okay? And the people that were involved in the fundraiser, again, not implying and not implicating them in any wrongdoing, because I have no idea, but the rumor was that they were also involved with that money, and it didn't get to the people. Now, that was very distressing to hear. But in our community, now I'm just going to shift. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's a rumor. Those are all rumors. I don't know if any of that's true.
That's not the horrible. That's not the worst rumor. I guess it could be worse.
Well,
but how much money are you talking about? Like 100,000? Or are we talking like $2,000? Like no big deal.
Probably more towards the second one.
Right.
So that was divided allegedly a bunch amongst people that helped them do it. That was the rumor. Let me just say this. That's
let's say 100,000 between
10 people.
10 people. Yeah. That's not $10,000, right? Isn't it? Or
right.
Is it even less?
Right.
Yeah, that's $10,000.
Yeah.
That's
but why?
Nothing.
It's just like right. It's like nothing. But why would you even do that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not saying I believe it. Let me just say that I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if I believe it. But here's my point about it. Here's the only reason I bring it up, Major, because I wanted to talk to the two of you guys, and I think that there's a problem, and I think we all know there's a problem about our community. I know we've talked about it before, right, Eagle? I mean, he's still with us, right? Eagle's still hosting us here. But there's a problem.
He's barely with us.
He's probably
he's
tired,
starting to
bro.
shut down.
He's shutting down on us. But there's a problem, and Eagle can really speak to this because I'm the newcomer in the group to the community. But I'm really distressed at what I'm seeing, the scamming going on, the conning, the crap. Now maybe it's always been this way. This is why I wanted to open up to the two of you guys. I want to hear. I want to
part
hear.
of the game. That's part of life, man.
That's part of the
There's
game,
corruption
right,
in
Major?
every little
Corruptions and
category.
everything.
Even church, man.
Oh my
Even
gosh, church is the biggest
you
corruption.
know, like
The gemstones, baby. Righteous gemstones. Are you kidding me? I lived that life. I know. That's for real. I'm actually an ordained minister, bro.
what?
And I'm telling,
Great.
yes, yeah, man. I was a veteran. I'm a veteran. I'm an ordained minister. I used to sell insurance, man. You know, I grow the kind bud. You know,
Bad motherfucker.
yeah, I try to be, man, and I help people for a living. You know, I kind of try to help them out. I do that on the side, but I won't just. I'll tell you that offline sometime. I don't want to connect that because I live in a state where they're not super friendly with these things.
Oh, really? Shit.
Oh yeah, and I don't give a fuck no more because we're close to it. But let me put it to you this way: we're like Michigan was, okay, pretty close, but behind them like years. So the short piece goes like this. Here's what I wanted to ask you guys. Here's the question. I realize what you just said, Major. You just answered it for me. That yes, this is the game, baby. There's corruption and everything. I mean, look at government, right? We have the most corrupt government we've had in, I don't know how long. I'm not going to say that's true because I don't know, but it feels that way. And I think it's mainly because we have so much more ability to focus on it through social media and things, right? But was it worse? Is it worse than it ever was? I don't know. We can say that, right? It's always been fucking corrupt. Always been this way. You know what I mean? There's always been people running it, you know?
With all our
you
abilities
know?
to have digital checklists and tracking and data and everything and ways to focus on things. It seems like right now we're the most on-focused group of humans in the world.
Exactly.
Like, why can't we get shit done? Why can't we make this paradise?
It's insane.
It's
insane,
just
man.
ludicrous that we can't make this world better than it is.
It is.
It's like, well, let's talk about some balloons. Let's not talk about what we're supposed to be doing in the government here. You know, like we got some. We're keeping care of you people. Don't you worry. We got our jets. We're gonna have to increase the budget to the military. We're gonna need more jets. Got to blast these fucking balloons down. We got UFOs coming around here now. I ain't going to show you any high definition pictures of these UFOs or anything I shot down. But believe me, there's something in the air and we shot it down for
That
your
shit
safety.
was an obvious
For your
cover up
safety.
for that fucking train derailment.
Right.
It was just ludicrous what they're trying to do to us. It's like they're treating you like kids, you know, like, hey, don't worry what we're doing here. But you guys are doing it for your safety.
Right. Watch a birdie.
That was it, too. That was, I noticed, that was exactly the time of the derailment there. And they were talking about the train crash. They were all like, look it over here. Look it over here.
Look it over here. The UFO.
Shooting down fucking bullshit to not get you not to thinking about the disaster that was going on.
Not only that missile, each one cost $400,000. So it's
of course it did.
Wouldn't you want to capture this spy balloon, get the evidence, take it down slowly? You know, you guys got like special ops that can repel from anything. Repel a motherfucker down there. Get in that balloon, take it down to earth and take evidence. Show the people. Don't give us some bullshit story. Like, yeah, we shot that down. Oh, it was a spy balloon, folks. Don't you worry. We got missiles. We got lots of missiles.
Isn't that just like how they operate, though, Major? That's exactly what they do, though, isn't it? When they're covering shit up, they blow the fuck out of it, so you can't even discern what it was.
Just smoke screens.
Fucking right, man. Smoking fucking mirrors, man. No new game here. Hell yeah. Look, they've been doing with Area 51. They've been doing it with all this shit. That's a smoke screen. Have you heard the stories about that? They got Martian body parts and shit everywhere. Well, where is it all?
They got that shit. So they definitely have some high-tech machinery there, and they don't want you fuckers looking at it for sure.
That's what they got.
That's guaranteed.
That's right.
But it ain't
got some wild.
Ain't no UFO shit. You know, it ain't nothing like that.
No, it's just high tech shit. They don't want getting out to the.
But let's get back.
Else.
There is some weird shit. I did see. In my life, I've seen 3 weird shit fucking things floating in the sky. Like, you know.
Oh, I know. No,
Like, where
but
it's like,
no,
what
I
the fuck was that
understand.
type of shit?
Yeah,
That can't really be
exactly.
explained. So there's definitely some weird,
Well,
weird
no, I don't
shit,
want to take
right?
away from UFOs, our actual UFOs, because I can go there because
Well, I don't
what is
know they're
all
UFOs,
the
right?
oh
They're
yeah,
definitely
well
things. Like, I don't know if
aliens.
they're
Yeah.
well, I don't know. They could be like weird spirits, as far as I
They
know,
could
right?
be
I
weird
don't I
spirits.
don't know
No,
what
that's
I don't
true.
know what the fuck.
Well, and the
Glowing
spirits
little
could be
orbs.
aliens. Yeah.
I've seen 3
Mm-hmm.
orbs on 2 different occasions. One,
Okay.
2 together, floating like a weird floating thing when I was guarding my crop because I was so worried about people stealing my weed. I was like, oh, I'm gonna
Nice.
guard my weed. And the only one night where I peeked out my head out in the fucking
The garden.
no, not even the garden, towards the road. Like the road's only like 100 meters away from my crop that year. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna stay right here in my yard. I can watch the road.
Mm.
I can hear everything. But when I peeked my head out there, there's 2 little orbs doing this weird thing that you almost like, oh, that's a lantern. Someone's 2 people with lanterns. And all of a sudden you're like, oh well, no, wait a minute, that doesn't really make sense. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Oh fuck this. I'm
Right.
going in the house and getting the gun.
Yeah, I'm right, man. We're not playing with this thing anymore.
But I don't know what that was. And then the second time I seen an orb was just one orb by itself, floating in the forest, just going in the trees. It's this thing floating, like not ultra bright, almost the same thing. The
Well, I'll tell you,
brightness
that's
of a
weird.
lantern, but no guy
That's
holding on to it or anything. But just the weirdest shit,
yeah.
dude.
I've seen some orbs.
That's what I almost
Yeah.
mentioned the last time. My last UFO fucker was it was a rainstorm and it was massive
Mhm.
power lines, and it was a triangle shaped, almost like the fucking classic Star Wars shape
Right.
Death Star, not the Death Star, but those classic V-shaped structures or spaceships, just like that, just a triangle, weird fucking thing floating above it. But it was just enough of a lightning strike that I looked at the right time and I seen the shape of the fucking thing above it. And when we were driving, and I was like, oh, honey, I seen something. Let's pull over. You know what? No, let's not pull over. Fuck that. That's those motherfuckers who disappear. I'm just going to pretend that was nothing, but I'm sure that was something. In fact, I still, my brain captured that image that I can't deny it. It's like, oh, what was it? That's fucked up. That's a weird fucking
I've
triangle
seen
shape.
some really weird shit.
Like,
I've seen some
sure
really
enough, the
weird
structures
shit.
themselves are triangle, but not a solid triangle hovering over the fucking power lines. Like that was no chance I was like part of the structure. It's just like, no, I'm trying to justify it like it was, like, oh, no, that was just part of the structure, man. You're just freaking over nothing. When you're like, no, that's in between those big fucking triangle structures, man. That's some weird shit happened.
I've seen some really weird shit happen. Weird spiritual shit. I've seen a lot of that shit. But where I was going is they have evidence supposedly from the guys about all the space shuttle guys, all the astronauts have attested to seeing aliens when they're up there watching them. And I don't doubt it. I mean, and we know interdimensionally there's all kinds of weird shit that goes on, and there's all kinds of questions about whether or not they were here and visited here and were considered gods, right? And that all of our holy books, are written about possible alien encounters and this is God and whatnot. It's interesting.
There's a classic
NASA
stuff, video that shows them like doing their work on the International Space Station, and meanwhile there's just an alien that's coming into view, and then you see the camera just trying to get it out of view. It's like trying to focus over here.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I don't know what the title would be, but I seen it on YouTube before. It's like, oh, that's the worst try to like cover up in the world. It's just like, oh, there's an alien. Whoa, focus away.
Look away.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
Yeah, look at the birdie. Watch the guy. Look at the guy. Look at the guy on the space station. Everyone look at the guy. Yeah.
Well, we don't know. We call them UFOs and aliens, but I imagine it's just some country's high tech equipment.
Maybe. It could be.
Maybe. Or some.
It could be some shit. Well, I do, all I know is that, I've also seen some weird shit happen, like the rules of physics change when you start introducing, spiritual atmospheres. like I remember I was working in a residential treatment center for chronic alcoholics that were, they were like on their last leg. And there was this guy, and he came to see me. He was a very troubled soul. And his leg, he had walked with a limp, okay? Because his one leg was shorter than the other by an inch, because he had a bow in his leg, in his shin, right? He was born with a bowed leg. And he comes up to see me, and this was when I was, studying to be a minister. And I've always been involved in, well, I haven't always been, but since I, was became born again or whatever, when I went through that, I had some demonic encounters, right? Like, I can tell you that story in a second, but let me finish with this one. So the guy came up to my office, and we were talking about the Bible. We were talking about book of talking about Pentecost, and we were talking about the book of Acts, right? And laying hands on the sick and everything, and talking about how there's miracles. And the guy says to me, he said, do you think you could fix my leg? Do you think Jesus would heal my leg? And I said, well, sure. Why not? I said, if that book is real, I said, I sure, why not? Why not? And he's like, well, how do you do it? And I said, well, let me lay hands on you and pray for you. And I was holding both of his feet out right in front of me. He said, look, my right foot's shorter than my right leg's shorter than my left one. And I mean, when I tell you that, like, you can see it, like, he was wearing a pair of, those old classic farm boots, right? Those old tan farm boots with the white sole, I'm talking about, that cream sole. You know what I mean? The old classic farm boots you get anywhere, right? Yeah. One boot was an inch shorter, right? You can see the guy's leg was really an inch shorter. And he goes, my leg is bowed, and he had a pair of jeans on. And I said, all right. And I started praying for him, and I felt this energy come through me. And I had one hand on his ankle, and I had one hand under his knee, right? Because I was supporting his leg. It was kind of straight up, it's kind of hard for him to keep his leg up. And I was praying for him in tongues and doing the weird thing and doing my thing. And I kid you guys not, that leg straightened out in my hand.
What leg was your hand on? The middle third leg?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Something's
growing. Hallelujah! Close your eyes. It's growing.
Oh man!
Close your eyes, Lord. Move your hand faster, Pastor. Come on, move your hand fast.
That's right. There you go. Get that juice to flow, baby. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man. Well, not to make fun of your
weird,
spiritual encounter, but yeah, man, there's some
that
weird
crazy.
shit that can't be explained, dude.
Well, that's one thing, but the other thing that happened that was weirder than that was when the pastor came over to pray for me, my soul. He came over, and he came into the room, and I was living in a trailer house with my wife, and at the time she was my fiance. And he came in there, and he came and he kneeled by the couch right next to me. I was sitting on the couch. And he says, why don't you join me here on the floor on your knees, right? So you can do the prayer of salvation. Hallelujah, right? Well, I said, yeah, okay. So I go to get up, and then I can't move. And all of a sudden I got like 350 pounds sitting on me. And I'm scared to death. I'm almost shitting a hairy worm. And I'm freaking the fuck out. And I looked down at him and I said, I can't move. And he goes, I know. I'm like, Like, yeah, I know, because I can tell you're straining against the sofa. He goes, I'm praying. Just hang in there. And he keeps praying. And then, like, all of a sudden, boom, I sprang out of it, because I was like freaking out. I was clenching. I was like, what the hell? I thought I was crazy. What the hell is this thing? So then all at once it was gone. But then I hit my knees in the floor, and he hands me a track. A track is a, paper thing that's got, I accept Lord Jesus, blah, blah, blah. So he hands me this track. And now I can't talk, because the thing's got something's got its hands around my throat.
He just
and I
laced you with
can't.
acid, man. That thing had acid on it.
Yeah, it did, bro. It had shroom. I
He
forgot to tell
tripped
you,
you
I ate a
out.
whole bag of shrooms before that. No, I didn't. That would make the story better, but I did not. And yeah, no, it was fucking freaky, man. And then I actually prayed, and just like that, it was gone, and and my vocal cords started speaking. I couldn't speak. Now, some people would say, "Well, you were high." No, I hadn't had a drug.
Fuck, I
that
don't
point
know
in 2
if I
years.
want to be around that guy again, though. I'd be like, oh yeah, thanks for that experience, but I think I'm going to stay away from you there.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Was I never stepped foot in the church.
That ain't no God shit.
I
That's
actually-
some weird shit that ain't going to
No.
happen again.
Well, and then
Step away from me.
the next night, I actually did a Native American sweat. See, I did went in a sweat lodge the next night. The very next night, I was in a sweat lodge, and I had this mystical and spiritual experience there too. But that's a longer story. But suffice to say, I've ran across a demonic. I've dealt with it. I've dealt with some weird shit.
Are you still with that woman? Are you still with that? Is she your wife still?
Yeah. I'm married 30, almost 30 years now. Been together 33 years.
Did she pray?
Yeah.
Did she was witness to that?
She wasn't witness to that. She had my son. She had our son up in Hibbing at the time. So
Damn.
no, she wasn't there. It was
That's
just me
crazy.
and well, that's not as crazy as having a woman get a new pancreas in 3 days. But that's another story altogether. But anyways, I laid hands on a lady. 3 days later, she had a brand new pancreas. It was Mayo Clinic confirmed. One of the biggest clinics in the world is in Minnesota, southern Minnesota, Rochester. She went down there to get put on the donors list for new pancreas, and she had a new pancreas. After
Are
we
you
prayed for her on
still in the
Sunday.
same trailer drinking the same tap water?
Nope.
Okay.
No, we've graduated. I live on a lake now, so I drink
Or-
lake water. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, you think I'm crazy, man, but I'm telling you the truth. So I've seen all kinds of weird shit, buddy. I mean, that's just part of it. But yes, I've seen the orbs. I've seen orbs, but I actually saw them during services. I saw the same thing you're talking about, but I saw them in tents and during like Christian services.
See,
Wild
I was
shit.
hoping it wasn't a religious thing, but it might
It's
be.
not.
It might be a spiritual shit.
Well, I
Maybe I'm
don't
seeing
know if
that
it
shit.
is. I've seen it. It's like, and they show up in pictures too. We had pictures of these things everywhere around my worship team. It was insane. They were everywhere, and there was no reason for it. There were digital cameras, bro. You know, they're not going to pick that up. They were phones, right? And they didn't pick that stuff up. But anyways, the point is, like, I've seen some really weird shit, man. Like, anyways, the point being, like, there's all kinds of weird shit out there, man, right?
All right.
We don't know.
We haven't heard from Eagle in about 20 minutes. We
I
want to
know. Is he
know
sleeping?
some weird shit before you
The
pass
Eagle
out. Tell us
saw.
some weird shit you've seen.
Yeah, and then
come on.
Yeah, before
Bring
he
it.
dies on us here. Come on, Eagle. 20 minutes it's been.
Must have
Where
been
are
some
you?
covers moved one day, open by itself. You're like, what was that?
Right?
Come on, let's hear it. You're on mute.
Uh-oh. Is he with us?
I've had a
Did he
few
fit?
things fall off the walls. I've heard things, weird things in the distance. But
Yeah.
craziest thing I think I can testify was, but then LSD plays a factor in that too. We were out at this train yard in Grand Blanc, Michigan. There's like 6 of us that were like tripping pretty good. And out of nowhere, this guy fucking appeared, talked gibberish, and walked away. And everybody fucking seen him come and disappear.
What?
I mean, everybody, it wasn't just one person that like was hallucinating and seen it. We all seen it. And we're all like, what the fuck when he had walked off. But that was probably the trippiest thing, to seeing the old guy talk gibberish and then disappear in the train yard.
Whoa.
On acid.
Yeah, on acid.
That sounds
On
normal. That
acid.
sounds like your normal trip there to me.
Well,
Yeah, that's a
but
male
for
voice.
one
What do you
person
mean?
to see it, but for a group hallucination,
That's
that
weird.
doesn't happen often.
Oh no,
It
that's
doesn't.
just Frank, man. Frank, he just lives down on the tracks himself.
Eats beans out of a can.
Yeah, no
Right?
big deal. That's just Frank
And
talking
he talks
gibberish.
gibberish because he's fucking metal poisoned.
Yeah. From eating all those canned food.
Jesus,
Yeah.
man. Major, think about buzzkill. Like he likes to buzzkill, doesn't he?
Sorry,
Doesn't he,
man.
Eagle? He takes a good story and he buzzkills it with all this rational bullshit, right? Well, I'm an eater, come on now. Black and white. Come on, that's fucking freaky, man, for all those people to see it. Major. Come on
All right,
now.
guys, I hate
How
to
about-
do it. We went
shutting
a
it
whole
down.
hour past the 420.
All right, man. You called in Green Gas. You got to know when he's stoned like this and he's up this late, he's going to talk some shit. So
Well, you're always welcome. See, Zoom fucked around and added a password to the Zoom invitation. So I was
Okay.
trying to make sure everybody had trying to go through and
yeah.
hit everybody so they have it again.
Well,
So-
I was hanging out with some friends, having a conversation about similar things. So it was a great end of the night, guys. Major, nice to meet you. But it's good to be on.
But that's
Eagle.
the thing, though. You got to know you don't have to wait for the DM to come. As
I can
long
just
as the
jump right
show's
in.
going, yeah. As long as it's
All right.
WEedNerdWorld, it's always an active.
That's
invitation.
awesome. WEedNerdWorld. That's right. Wednesday nights. I was gonna DM you because I've been wanting to talk to you for a while, Eagle. I've been trying to catch up with you, So, dude, I'm definitely gonna be thinking about it now because I don't know about you guys, but in all seriousness, I've really gotten quite nauseous over Instagram. The people on it, our community, the way they're acting towards each other. It's just a bunch of drama queens. You know what I mean? It's not one thing, it's another.
You make a list. You make a list of these intruders, these auto smokers, and we'll just gun them down. We'll just go through the list. We'll go through if they're paid, and we'll just cut them up. And whatever they're doing, we'll just cut them up. One whole episode, we'll just cut them up.
No,
And that's
probably
going
gonna catch hell for what I
That's
said.
the only way we can fix it, man. We just gotta burn them. Tell them what's
you
wrong.
guys understand? Yeah, you guys understand. And I was just simply passing on hearsay. That's all it was. So I'm just gonna say that one more time. Whatever I was saying on here about people and names was all hearsay from stoners. So probably all bullshit. There we go. Probably all bullshit. But I had to say it anyway because it was disturbing enough, But it just adds a little bit of spice in the chili, right?
Yes.
Major, where do you hail from, buddy? Before you
Canada,
go.
man. Fucking Canada.
Fucking Canada. How do you like
Mhm.
that guy up there? I hear your guys love him, the new guy up there. The guy,
what,
Trudeau
Trudeau? Oh, we'll
Yeah,
talk
I
about
hear
that
you
next
guys
time.
love him.
Next time, he's the best.
Yeah.
Love him. Power to Canada.
Yeah, power to Canada. Oh, Canada. All right.
Mhm.
See you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Peace
Thank
out,
you
man.
for popping in.
All right, guys. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you guys. See ya.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right. You too, Major. See you next time. See you.
Next time, dude. Next Wednesday.
All right. Thanks, Eagle. Yeah, maybe. I'll have to remind myself here later.
Thank you for popping in, Major.
Likewise, man. I'll try to do it. We say Wednesday night, but it's always Thursday morning, man. So you also call it like Thursday mornings with fucking Eagle. Wednesday,
It's technically supposed to be 11:30, and then we kind of bumped it to Friday there. It's kind of been flipped around. I need to see.
Hey, quick question. You had an interview tonight, right?
Yeah.
Was that Truth 420's boyfriend?
I don't think so. I think he's just a friend visiting.
But that was Truth 420 in the background, right?
100%.
Oh damn! I recognized the voice, and then his voice was British. I was like, oh man, that has to be it. Cool. Brain's still working somehow through all that other smoke. Killing Auto. Till next time, brother.
Peace.
Peace.
Have a good one. With that being said, that is the episode, the end of 795.5. Appreciate you guys coming to hang out this fine evening. Just the end of your day, your journey. Please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, well, please take time out for a little bit of self-love, a little bit of meditation along the lines of what I'm hoping is an amazing day for you. Take time out to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said,